Alrighty, got that hooked up. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Mic check. Oh, well, that's not working. Okay, there we go. Mic. There we go. We'll pause. Alrighty then. Looks like it is moving around. Looks like we. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? What is happening? Let me get my copy and paste skills going on here. Bear with me. There's that. Let's see here. Let me put another one there. So I sent that one to Sick. I need to send one to Big Cloud in case he's up. Oh, he was up a little bit earlier. He may have went back to bed. All right. So there's that. I need to get. Actually, no, let's see. All right, there we go. All right, then, there we go. I think everything is set and ready to go. So what's going on this morning? What's going on? Shout out to people that are here. Shout out to people that are going to be listening later on. It is 8:30. It is hump day. As a matter of fact, let me mark my calendar. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, there we go. All right. So, yeah, it is hump day. I want to make sure I was off today. So, all right then, guys. Well, good morning. It is 8:30 on the East Coast here. And, well, welcome back. What's happening, everybody? It is early. I like doing these a little bit early. I know this kind of bleeds off the West Coast, but hopefully they can pick it up later on. And so shout out to everybody that will be listening out there later on. I listened to the Roundtable podcast yesterday with King Thrash and them. Shout out to them. So hopefully that everybody's got to type in what they're playing. And I got two big ones here. I'm playing these two right now. So I am playing Control and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. With Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I bought the Gold Edition. And it was only like $22. It was on sale last week. It may still be on sale now. It gave me the Ezio. I've got the Ezio collection, and so I've got all his clothes. So my assassin is. I'm going around in Ezio's clothes from Assassin's Creed 2, I believe, and just wally bopping these dudes. It is hilarious. So I see an Ori 2 and a KONAMI 1. All righty, somebody's playing Metro Exodus. That's CRU. All right, how is that playing? Because you got a 2060. How is that playing on that 2060? So he's not. Mighty Spartan guys. He's dating. You know, I don't know where you guys are going, but hey, shout out to you. Danny's playing MLB The Show. Yeah, I'm gonna go pick that up. It looks like on Monday. It's looking like Monday for the kid on the 30th. So, because my game was reserved at GameStop, so I have to figure out a way on how to get it. So yeah, Ice Queen is playing Destiny 2. Shout out to the Ice Queen. I heard that Prince Charles or somebody has the Rona, and I certainly hope he gets better. What up, Big Cloud? How you doing? Big Cloud, did you watch that video that engineer did? I don't know if he was like a computer engineer or computer science major on the PS-5. Social Joins is playing The Last Guardian, and tomorrow Control DLC is out. You will play that. Predator Demo. Yeah, I'm playing Social Joins. Hit me up because that's what I'm doing today. I'm off Friday, which I think is the 27th. Yeah, I'm playing that Predator demo. I'm going to be all about that. What do you kids say? I'm Bowdy. Yeah, I'll be playing that because I'm going to buy that. But see, my issue is that the 3 games I had reserved are at GameStop. There's MLB The Show, The Last of Us Part 2, which doesn't come out till May, and then the Predator game. So yeah, I need some. I don't know how to do it. So as far as what I'm going to do now. So what's up, Lincoln Clay? Let me know if you want to jump on, talk about that Half-Life Alyx or whatever it's called. So yeah, now I don't know. I'm playing Control now. And I don't know how many of you all have beaten Control, but I'm at some scene where there's some dude that's bald-headed, like in this chamber, and the chamber keeps going up. I'm like turning these things on or off or something like they look like satellite dishes, and the thing keeps going up. So am I towards the end of it? What's my PSN tag? I'm not for sure. Somebody put my PSN tag in there, please. Because I'm not for sure. You can join in about 15 minutes. I put it in I put it in the round table thing. Let me see if anybody's backstage. Somebody is backstage. Oh, what's going on, man? I didn't know you were backstage. I'm at the other screen. So oh man, what's going on, Jemiah? What you doing off work, or did you just get off work?
Nah, I took a day off, man. My fucking chest is killing me, so.
Oh man, well I hope you don't have the Rona.
I hope I do, because I'm suing the fuck out of my company. Like,
yeah, see, there's gonna be a lot of that going on. So
shit's ridiculous out here, bro. But like, I just wanted to. You probably saw me arguing with P-Rock.
Yeah. I understand what P-Rock's saying.
I don't, because Craig, listen, Craig. If Sony, so it doesn't matter. Sony can show you the PS5 screws for the next 6 months. It doesn't matter. The day that shit goes on sale is gonna be sold out.
Yeah,
Tony's just want ammo to go battle Xbox. That's all this is about. This is about emotions.
Well, he's about. Well, I don't deny that. He is about trying to create positive momentum. There was a video of man. I don't know, Big Cloud. I don't know if you can drop that link. Maybe that's the link that he just dropped about this computer. He's a computer science major, engineer, or something like that. And he took 10 minutes to do what Mark Cerny did in an hour.
I get that, but Craig.
Yeah.
We know everything about the Xbox Series X, right? Pretty much. We know how the controller looks. We know how the system looks. We know how it cools. We know what parts are in it. We know all the specs. Right. Is that helping anybody? Is that making anything better for you right now?
No, I mean,
you gotta wait 8 months.
No, I mean, I'm not buying it, so you got to ask somebody who's going to buy it.
What I'm saying is, what does that mean? You know everything about the Xbox Series X. How does that help you? How does that make you better? How does that make gaming better for you right now in this moment?
Oh, right now, not for me, none.
If Sony comes out and shows you everything, what does that matter? What does that mean? You get to wait 8 more months now?
Yeah, I said that on my last podcast. Until I can go to the store and physically buy it, it really is nice to kind of talk about. It's nice to have everything out there. But I'm concerned about me playing like Predator Hunting Grounds. That's Friday. The demo is this weekend. So that's in 48 hours. That to me is a bigger deal than something that I can't go buy. I mean, even if it was out on the shelf right now, where would I go buy it? I can only go maybe in my city, Walmart and Target. That would be the only 2 stores I could go to right now. If it was physically on shelf now. So. But yeah, that link right there, that guy, he broke it down. Oh, what's up, Michael? You're here for Zaddy.
My thing also is, Craig, though, if say Sony didn't put it out to the public, they just put it out to the devs, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody leaked a clip or a blurry image, Fans would then cry, "Why didn't we get to see it? Sony's not telling us anything. I want to see it too." And then like it's like I don't get these dudes, bro. Like you guys complain about every single thing. Like I don't understand every state of play. This shit is trash. This shit is trash. Like okay, then like what do y'all want from Sony, bro?
What are you watching it for?
Yo, Jamal, if you want comedy gold, just watch Breakfast with Boone, the last one.
What happened?
Nah, you know King David, right?
Yeah.
He was like, Phil, Dominus, Maximus, Spencer showcased the games, or he showcased the games. He gave you the power. He gave you all of that. He's like, Big Cloud, I'm sorry, man. This is a new Microsoft. I'm like,
how's it new?
How? You know, I'm just sitting here with crickets chirping everywhere. How? And he goes, well, they're more ballsy. I'm like,
they have a more powerful console now.
It's like, how? How are they more ballsy? You know, and they go, well, they showed off everything early. Let's just get some stuff in perspective. And everybody knows this. The reason why Microsoft showed everything super early, they have no choice to show everything super early. Yeah. Sony doesn't have the pressure on their neck to show everything right now. They don't have that pressure. They're number one already. They've been number one this whole gen. I don't understand why this is such a big thing, but again, everybody's looking at all the bullshit and they're trying to spin it to be a positive for Microsoft. I'm just laughing at it.
No, they told me.
Apparently,
that they've accepted the fact, not to interrupt you there, they've accepted that they lost this generation. So they don't want to talk about this generation anymore. So
yeah, apparently if you talk about anything, right? If you mention games instead of the specs, you're damage controlling, Jemai.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's the whole thing I've been getting so far. They go, "Oh, Ryan, you're damage control. You want to set the fact that it's strong." I'm like, you do realize you already have the strongest console right now, right?
Yeah, and it's still
Xbox One X. I don't get what we're doing here, and
it's being
but apparently it's a new gen.
Yeah, it's being outperformed. I mean, I'm like, well, if they're the most powerful console, why does Resident Evil run better? I mean, not just a little better, a lot better. Oh, well, they've got a tie-in with Sony, and so they're making the game better for them. I have said, okay, so now we're blaming the developers. These are the same guys who said the developers are gonna go out of their way to make sure their games look and run better.
Remember, he's pro-consumer, Craig. Didn't he? Yeah. Wasn't this the same guy who blamed gamers for the cancellation of Scalebound?
I believe so. Said it was a good thing. People didn't want it.
Exactly. Didn't he say that? Didn't he say this is a good thing? You know, gamers are the reason. You know, the hype killed it. I'm like,
Well, did he take the Kraken out of and said it's a good thing? It's in hey Lincoln. It's
I don't understand this shit.
Thing. It's in the roundtables thing. You can join there.
Just don't get it. You know, everybody's like pushing agenda. It feels like for this shit again. You know,
you have to understand what their agenda is. Introduce misinformation and false innuendo, cause angst and strife, make people leave the PlayStation brand and go buy an Xbox. That's
go up with that. You know, dude's damage controlling the new game from Playground Games, Craig.
What now?
Apparently, that game was never influenced by The Last of Us. It was influenced by I Am Legend. I'm like, okay.
Which that's where they took things from the themes from The Last of Us.
Exactly. It's like, okay.
Trash.
Okay. But unless I see these zombies or whatever the hell you're trying to incorporate in these games, I'm telling you, Craig, if I see at least one zombie and it looks even close to a clicker, we're gonna have to do a stream.
Oh, well, I mean, what about the fact that she's got a dog. That character has a dog.
I'm saying, if I see the zombies and they look like clickers, yeah.
Or you had a dog. I mean, they showed a commercial. You walk around with a dog in Fallout 4. So did they copy that? Are they going to say that now? They're full of shit. I mean, that's the whole thing. They're just so full of shit. It's going to change. But, Jamal, I think the thing with P-Rock is that he's talking about creating momentum. But you're right. If they came out and showed the friggin' cooling chamber for the PlayStation, if Sony did that, then yeah, people would be excited for it.
They can show you the power cord on Monday. They can show you the fucking power button on Tuesday. They can show you the fucking disc tray on Wednesday. It doesn't matter. I don't understand. There's no positive or negative momentum when it comes to these next.
I mentioned something similar to what you said in a video I did yesterday. So you know, like the GDC conference, right? It's being looked at very like odd, Jemai. Like a lot of people looking at developers are praising it, but gamers looking at like this is boring. This boring little conference that they did got over 12 million views in just one day. That is double, almost triple the amount of viewers the Xbox One reveal got. Like Xbox One X, Series X reveal got. So that should tell you something of, just how anxious people are. Granted, I understand people want to see information, but it's like, dog, we're dealing with a crisis right now.
Bro, they're still trying to sell Final Fantasy 7 bundles right now. You think they're trying to tell you about the PS5? Like, they're not going to show you the PS5 until
what it is. It's just brag. If people want the bragging rights, like for example, you notice the shift immediately went to specs, right? As soon as the specs were revealed, they go, "Oh, this is why they were scared to show." Blah blah blah. I guarantee you, if the Series X has a better look design, they'll go, "See, not only do they have the power, they got the looks." It's like it's bragging rights. You just want to cry over every single thing, or to try to spin any little thing into their benefit. It doesn't work like that.
I mean, there's no E3, so are they just going to talk? I mean, what is? They're not talking about what's that game that just came out? Bleeding Gum,
Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, they're not talking about that. So I mean, I don't. And that game is out. That's a brand new intellectual property that Microsoft has now put out. They're not talking about it. They're still talking about
stealth drop, nigga.
Like a 54, right? 52.
I don't know.
Did he even get one review yet?
Yeah, I guess some reviews are there. Some people were posting them. It's like 54.
Me personally, I don't think reviews mean anything. If you enjoy the game, enjoy the game. Don't let other people ruin your fun.
You're right, it doesn't. But because these guys ran to White Daddy to justify their purchase, I don't see it.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. If you're gonna use Metacritic, then you gotta die by it too. You know what I mean?
Facts. It's a slippery slope. It's always been a slippery slope.
Now the PC one is out.
I just don't like the fact that people use Metacritic to say the game is good or not. Like that's not how you should, have a criteria for a game being good or not. It's by a score somebody else gave it.
It ain't got a score up. It's got over 309. It's got but it's based on 309 ratings. It's got a 6.8 based on 309 ratings, but they don't have the score.
What up, Lane?
What's going on? How's everybody doing this morning?
What's up, bro? So none of those dudes are qualified to give you an actual score. That you're trying to
There's no score. There's no score for Bleeding Edge, and that's based on over 300 reviews. So I shout out to Hard 8. He said that game was not trash. He called it super trash. I don't know what
you must be talking about. None other than Bleeding Edge.
As far as there's more people talking specs on something that's not in the store, which I don't mind talking. I did my thing on the specs. I did it for the Xbox. I did it for the PS5. And when I did it for the Series X, I got accused of downplaying the specs, even though I was reading them right off the paper. And then for the PS5, I read the specs and I was damage controlling. And that happened with BitCloud because in his thing right now, somebody put down, we didn't talk about, and this is on the podcast we just did Friday, BitCloud. Somebody put down, we didn't talk about DirectX 12 or something like that being a game changer. It's like there was nothing out about that. They just released it.
Literally just dropped the day after the podcast.
DirectX 12 was supposed to be a game changer for the Xbox One X.
Exactly.
Like what?
I don't even know where that conversation will lead to begin with. It's like you guys want me to praise every single fucking thing. Like, I remember I thought it was going to be an LED. Remember we thought it was an LED at the top of the damn console? Yeah, no LED. So what the fuck? You want me jump out my seat over LED?
Is it an LED?
How many fucking LEDs I got in this PC?
Nah, it's like some green plate that's like it's
green plate
illusion.
Which is bullshit, by the way. They should have did something cool, They should have
did an LED. You can change the colors. It can show you like if it's like loading, like say it's downloading the game, right? It can flash when it's ready or some shit.
Exactly.
You can do a lot of things with it.
Shit with collector's editions, like different colored fans and shit.
Will it change colors? Is it an LED? Can we replace it? It's
not. No RGB, bro.
No RGB.
It's not PC ready, bro.
I'm buying one. I mean,
and the funny thing is, they could have done it with the fan. Yeah. They could have done it.
I'm not gonna lie though, it was smaller than I thought it was gonna be. Usually, I'm disappointed. It being black, it should be big. That's all. Wicked, what's happening, brother? What did you think about the PS5 specs? I haven't heard your want to get your personal take, or do you not give a rat's ass?
To some extent, I don't give a rat's ass. My take on when everybody first started going back and forth about what the specs were going to be before we even found out what it was going to be, the Xbox community was going back and forth, and they were taking what Phil said about they're never going to lose the power advantage again and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And my thought process was that Sony is going to put as much power as needed into that console to smoothly run VR, so it won't be about trying to win a power struggle. So I think it takes I'm not a tech guy, but I do know that it takes more to run a VR game than it does a flat screen game. So I think a huge amount of what Sony decided the power was going to be had to do with VR.
Yeah, honestly, it was about what their first party studios want. I said over a year ago, I said Sony's going to put their first party guys first. So Guerrilla, Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, Santa Monica, they get first dibs. Again, if you got people working for you, you want them to be happy first. And I found this out this week. Microsoft, because they don't have any exclusive games, they are wholly dependent. Talking about their community is dependent on third party. So they need third party games to look and run better on that platform. If they don't, they'll die. That's why they're so busy defending that Resident Evil 3, which I played that demo, which I thought was fun for me. I had a good time.
I'm looking at these 15 studios a little differently now. We already see one studio, Playground Games, making a Last of Us clone. I wonder what the initiative is working on. Are they making a God of War clone?
Possibly.
Who's making a Horizon Zero Dawn clone? Remember how he said those games aren't impactful?
Even if Microsoft did something like that, I would actually say that might be a little bit cool, but I don't feel like Microsoft would go that route. Unless they're gonna make like a cheap knockoff version.
Yeah, it's gonna be very similar. Like, you'll see like a female protagonist, maybe in the woods or something, right? And you'll see some other different like spin. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that. They're gonna take a lot of reference from.
I don't know why when Microsoft has a bunch of IPs, they can bring back Jade Empire. Like, what about those games like that?
That's owned by BioWare.
You're right. Well,
it was published.
My whole thing is, no matter what they try to do, with them trying to make these games, for Game Pass, it's just gonna be cheap looking shit. It's gonna be games that look like they're worth $20.
Yeah,
but why don't they go to BioWare and say, like, just like Sony does with Neo or Final Fantasy? Hey, we want a year exclusive. Boom. You know what I mean?
EA
need to hit up fucking Sega. Sega wants Jet to Radio Future 2 to happen.
And then, if Microsoft can't get it, then just buy EA. Like, they're not making any moves that tells me that they're in it for the win as far as AAA bangers. They're buying In Exile. They're buying the Compulsion Studios, whatever. They're not buying fucking, huge studios. They're not going out there and trying to get a Ubisoft or something like that.
And let me add to that, Jemiah. Half those studios that they picked up, they caught them in a vulnerable position where they hadn't put out shit in years, or they looked like they were on the verge of going bankrupt.
Exactly. Microsoft can buy any game studio they want, no matter who it is. They can buy Rockstar. They can buy any. Microsoft has that much money. You know what I mean? But they're not. That should tell you something.
Xbox gets allocated a budget.
No, I'm not talking about Xbox. I'm talking about Microsoft itself. And Microsoft really thought gaming was the future, and this is what they wanted to do. They would go all in, right?
Well, that's true. I'm not denying what you're saying, but Matt Booty already said why they were buying those studios.
Microsoft bought Ninja Theory. Sony bought Insomniac. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Mighty Spartan guy said he watched that engine. Did you all see that engineer video? That was amazing. The way
he did really, really good. I made sure I gave him props. I was like, dog, this dude, he broke down everything in half the time, not even half the time, a fraction of the time. So that was good.
Yeah, they're gonna say he's been bought off by Sony.
Well, one thing is correct though. He couldn't have broke it down if Sony didn't do that long ass thing. You know what I mean?
No. The way Sony did that, it was way over my head. Now the way that guy did it in 10 minutes, it was like, oh yeah. He said Mark Cerny spent 20 minutes talking about the SSD, and he just said it was gonna do 3 things. But
dudes are scared though. Let me tell you, when you talk about that SSD, you immediately just get attacked by these dudes. They're like, "Oh, the SSD don't mean nothing. Shut up." It's like, okay, we're not saying that it's gonna make it more powerful. It's all about efficiency. This is what we covered numerous times. Only for efficiency and performance.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, if I've got a a chip. If I've got the 2600X in my PC now, let's just say it's 3.6. I forgot what it was. I said, but it will go up to 3.8. Will it, when it goes to 3.8, won't that give me better performance? And everybody said, yeah, that's what I said. Okay, well, they're clocked higher. They are clocked on a higher node than the Xboxes. That's it. It's not, there's nothing to damage control. They are faster. They are almost 3 times faster than that Xbox. So, and that's what they said. They were going to have the world's fastest console. They didn't disappoint. They do. Now we have to wait.
If Sony can get close, now again, we already know on paper, right? On paper, Series X more powerful, obviously, and whatnot. But if Sony can get close, keyword close to what Series X is like maxing out or what they're doing, and they can deliver that with like a cheaper price point.
Bro, no. Sony doesn't have to do anything to match the Xbox Series X. All they have to do is
getting close up there to like, you know, with their first party, the quality.
All they got to do is hit 4K 60 native. That's it. That's all they got to do.
Yeah. You don't have to compete with Xbox. All they have to do is just push those games. Once they push those games and you know, show off the leap or whatnot, there's really no comparison at this point.
Well, the problem with the P-Rock thing is this: it's like console dudes have one choice: either you buy the next gen console or you don't. There's no in between. So no matter what they do before they reveal it or show it or put it on market, you got to either accept it or not. Like, they can show you fucking nothing for the next 6 months, and they come out in October and be like, here it is, you know, enjoy, and you'll still go buy it. It's just what it is. You have no choice.
Yeah, I've seen so many people try to throw their own little spin on it. It's funny, you know. They go, they can't be $400. I'm like, so you think they're going to undercut the console for them not go crazy and not go for a $400 price point? Like, come on, man. Be realistic.
Yeah, I just kind of like I put that thing up there from WCC Tech about how that Resident Evil demo was performing not just better but a lot better, and people got mad. I mean, there's nothing to get mad about. This is the article. You all can read it yourselves. It's not my fault that you can't read. You know, so you know. Then
that's a good theory. That's a good theory there, Spartan. It'll be at 10. Yeah, 2 point. Yeah, I can see that.
Well, even Mark Cerny said he said it will be there most of the, I mean, Sick Humor did a good job breaking this down. What was it, Sunday night? Was it or Saturday afternoon? He did that podcast, and Mark Cerny said it was going to be. He said I'm paraphrasing him. He said for the oddity, it will drop down to run that game, but it's going to be at 10.3 for the most part. So that's
it would drop down by 10%. And that's just voltage. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are taking that shit and ran with it the wrong way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he can't do shit. He can't maintain it. See, it's variable.
I got people this stuff. I get it, but you know, they're like, okay, somebody was saying in a video, shout out to him because he does go to Ryan Good Friends podcast. Name is No Russian. He was like, well, they didn't even say it was SMT. They didn't say it was SMT. And clearly, White Zaddy on his website says 3.5 SMT. And when the Xbox is running SMT, it's at 3.6. So there will be no difference there. None. You know, this is somebody who, and I'm an AMD fanboy. I've looked at their clock speeds. I've looked at their frequency.
Yeah, you're obsessed with that Ryzen.
Yeah, so I know if you to make the
that Threadripper.
Well, you have to do something. Well, even Intel.
What's good, Sick? Didn't mean to cut you off there, Craig. So I was sick in the chat.
Nah, go ahead, bro. Oh, what's up, Sick? If you want in, jump on. If you're off work, I don't know what's going on down there with you guys. First, everybody stay safe. This thing is it is nasty. I've seen it up close. So yeah,
we went on lockdown at midnight Monday.
Yeah, we get an announcement today at 5.
Oh, my job is deemed essential, so fuck us.
So yeah, I'm off for 3 weeks. So.
Oh, well, you're lucky. See, I was off for 5 days. I didn't. That alarm went off yesterday morning. I was like, "What is that?"
Well, as far from a gaming standpoint, it's not going to affect us that much because we're gamers and we stay inside and game anyway. So the way I see it,
get your ponies in check, bro. They out here tripping on fucking face on Twitter.
And Sick, you want to come in and talk about SmartShift technology? You know how it's going to destroy NVIDIA. again. I mean, they've got
Craig, stop it.
how my future wife is up there just laughing her ass off, at this, because again, if you all don't know, AMD SmartShift technology, which is available in the RDNA 2, which again, more proof that we got RDNA 2, not RDNA 1, RDNA 1.5 Lite. I mean, like I said, these moist fruit booties just make shit up. But they're going to have SmartShift technology, which will allow, if you don't know what that is, they're going to put, my understanding is that it's going to balance everything out. So if like that one gentleman, that engineer said, if you go to the bathroom, you turn around, you can't see the bathroom anymore. You can see right in front of you. So that SmartShift is going to balance out everything and put resources where it needs to go.
I think both consoles are going to do great next gen, you know what I mean? And come out
30 frames per second is pretty much behind us at this point, which is great for the
I mean, I think huge open world games will still have issues because even the 2080 Ti has problems with Red Dead at max out, you know what I mean?
Well, it depends on if they prioritize the visual.
Who makes that? Who makes the 2080 Ti?
NVIDIA.
Okay, there you go. That's why you're having problems.
No, we
I mean, if
Stop it, Craig. AMD doesn't even have a card that can even do that at all. Not yet.
Well, it's about to come out. They're talking about something that may have 80 CUs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
if you like updating your graphics card every week, it feels like go with AMD.
I only update my card
because people aren't man enough to stick to where they are. I want to play at 1080.
I never update within the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I try to always get the TI version and then wait until the next TI version comes out. So there's no point in getting a 2060, then a 2070, then a 2080 Super, then a 20. You bought 4 cards for no reason.
You might as well just get the Series X because the Series X can outperform a 2080 Ti Super.
Oh, bro, the Series X, bro, that's just doing RTX Titan levels, bro.
I mean, that's what I heard. That's powered to 4 Titans. Without even 10%.
It's not big Navi. That shit is a Megaton Navi, nigga. That shit is looking Galactus Navi, nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah, Galactus.
Academy Award-winning Navi. There you go. She got it all.
Oh man. Well, Lincoln, what's up with the now? What the specs you saw with VR? What impact, especially with the sound, the Tempest sound? What are you expecting out of the new VR? And do you think they'll patch the old one for Tempest, or we'll have to get a new headset?
The headset, I think the headset is going to be fine.
Okay.
I think if you don't want to buy a new headset, I think you're going to be fine with the headset you got because it does run in 1080p, and I mean we're at 4K now as far as headsets goes. But my big question is when the PS-5 comes along, a lot of these developers, these third-party developers that's on PC now, they're going to start porting their games over to the PS-5. My big concern is the Move controllers because a lot of people don't like those Move controllers, and that's been part of the problem why some of these developers haven't brought their games over there because it's I guess it's a little bit difficult, to map these games out for the Move controllers. I don't know shit about this stuff. I'm just going by what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But I think but looking at the long picture, when the new headset comes out and Sony comes out with new controllers for it, then everything, in my opinion, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, the Move controllers were just conveniently around when they made this VR. Just to get rid of it. They found a way to incorporate that in there. But for the second one, we go back to the patents and whatnot, how they've been doing it. They're kind of looks like they're copying Oculus a bit, but they're doing something different. So.
In fact, as far as the Move controllers goes, a lot of people have been saying that they were fine with the Move controllers. They just wanted a thumbstick on it. So truth be told, Sony, in my opinion, doesn't have to go off and develop any kind of high-tech controllers. They can put a thumbstick on a Move controller and maybe add one more trigger to it, and I think people would be happy with that.
Hey, yo, Craig, you might want to screenshot what Spartan said. PlayStation 5, I can see at $399 now. Gee, how long I've been saying that, Spartan? But you ain't want to come to your senses. I told you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All I know is that I can't go buy it right now. So if I can go buy it,
but coming back to the sound as far as PlayStation VR goes, I look at it as surround sound, but the sound of VR period is amazing because you can hear something behind you, and that's where the horror games really shine. Where you're going down a hall, you hear some chains dangling, a door closing, you turn around, there's nothing there. It scares the shit out of you. What I do hope would happen next generation is the PlayStation Gold headphones. Right now, they have to be specifically, tuned for games, and they sound absolutely amazing. I'm hoping they'll do that across the board with every game, and not a situation where the developer has to go out of their way to tune the game. So, because right now the gold headphones do not work on my PlayStation VR, and I would love nothing better than to be able to play something like Blood and Truth or Firewall specifically tuned with those gold headphones.
You're not hyped for the new audio system they're going for, the 3D?
Yeah, I mean, but right now, I
they might blow those out the water,
It will, but I feel like we're experiencing it in some capacity right now with VR.
Yeah, true. I can see that. I can see it improved more though, especially if they put an emphasis on the haptic trigger feedback. Obviously, I can see that in the newer VR controllers.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that being more, of a thing too, to kind of immerse you with it as well. You get more of a feel, so to speak, of where you're at. So if you're like walking around, let's say you're playing a horror game, you can actually feel the creaks and whatnot, like in the floor and stuff like that in the controller. Yeah, and that'd be cool.
And I think next generation, as far as tethered headsets goes, PlayStation 5 versus PC, I think Sony might be poised to take the VR crown back because Oculus, a lot of people are speculating that Oculus is going in a direction that they don't really care for because Oculus it looks like they're making the Oculus Quest their primary focus. And, that works on a mobile chipset. And a lot of people are concerned that a lot of our VR experiences on PC is going to be stripped down because they have to accommodate the Quest. I kind of get this funny feeling like Sony, I think next generation, I think their roadmap for VR, I think they're going to create some VR exclusives, but I think their roadmap may consist of adding VR support to their blockbuster titles. So I do feel like, we could see some sort of a Horizon Zero Dawn, some sort of a Spider-Man, some sort of God of War in VR next generation. It won't immediately happen, but I think it's going to happen somewhere down the road.
Yeah. Now, what do you think about the SMARTSHIFT technology?
Are you referring to how the PS-5 will be able to divert power to where it's needed and kind of dial things down a bit where it's not needed?
Correct.
I think from a general standpoint on the outside looking in, to me, the biggest benefit to me, not being a tech guy, sounds like that the console will be more durable and it'll probably last for years since it's not constantly running at full power.
Well, cool. Well, Big Cloud, what do you think?
Well, it's a good thing because you won't hear your PS5 do what your PS4 Pro does, where it sounds like a jet engine every single time. This won't be the case.
Oh, is that why it sounds like a jet engine?
Yeah, when your console sounds like a jet engine, it's running at the full, like it's legit, running at full force kind of thing. That's why it's so loud. That's why they were showing that off. It would be wise for this to be the case though for the PS5, so it's not going to do that. So that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. So the same wear and tear on my PlayStation Pro. Anytime I'm not playing anything, I close that app immediately.
Yeah. Well, I'd say so if it starts doing that. Well, Jemiah, what do you think?
I think it's very clever. You know what I mean? Like, it's always, I started going for raw power. It's always good to use techniques within the, within your console to shift power to where it's needed. You know what I mean? So if like the game is really CPU intensive and not using the GPU, they'll push that GPU power into the CPU to buff it. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, people don't understand, like, now that NVIDIA is releasing their DSLL, it's a deep learning super sampling. Anyways, that 2.0, it's also going to take away from, using just raw power and using a rendering technique. You know what I mean? Similar to like AMD's SmartShift, where you're being smarter with your power consumption instead of just trying to put out like a 55 teraflop card. You know what I mean? Like it's just not cost efficient. Like Mark already said, even with the SSD, they made it 820, whatever, 828, I think, some weird number, 836, some shit like that. They made it because they were thinking about consumers and the price point. You know what I mean? So I think Sony's gonna have a $399 PS5 at launch, and it's gonna be over for Xbox. In the story.
Really, at $399? Okay, well. So everybody's thinking $399. I don't know. I mean, I just know I can't get it now.
Bro, I think that PS3 gave Sony PTSD when it came to price points.
It's not gonna be $399.
Honestly,
nigga, bet me money, nigga.
Honestly,
nah, fuck you, nigga. Like I already owe you like $100. Fuck you, no.
Yeah, Big Mike shared some article that was source good apparently about God of War being on PC. I guess apparently now when Sony removes things that's from only on PlayStation, it
supposedly was updated though from another.
Can we start by saying who the fuck is watching that shit?
I don't know. I woke up
well, the person who put the tweet out there, the rumor that started all this, is the dude who destroyed his setup over that guy. So,
it makes sense now.
And it's that guy.
He tried to get clout.
It was some dual.
I mean, he got a shit ton of clout from that post, right? Because developers replied to it, but obviously, he going for even more. So,
yeah. So all right. So now it's been debunked, and now.
Well, I don't want to say he's debunked. You go back to what Sean Lane said before he left, and I'm going to make a video on it. He said select titles. So, would not be surprised if this game is on there, to be honest.
D-Crap Gamer is laughing at this Metacritic thing on Bleeding Edge. I mean, I've never seen that before. So Bleeding Edge is out to play, right? It's physically out to go to the store to get. They don't have a review up for it yet from Zaddy's side.
Right, yeah. Bro, they went all in on Anthem, bro. They were trashing the Anthem for like fucking just off the beta alone. They just destroyed Anthem, but yeah, this game gets to come out for like 5 weeks with no review scores and all like that. Like, come on, bro. Not the shit.
Maybe by the time they lift an embargo on this game, it'll be forgotten.
Yeah,
it's already forgotten. What up, Sick?
That's the plan.
What's up, my boy?
What's happening, brother? What do you think about that SMARTSHIFT technology and how AMD is just laughing at NVIDIA right now, how they're dominating the 1080p, 1440p space?
Craig, do you know how you sound, bro? He said dominating the 1080p space. Hey, anyway. I've talked about this in length and detail when everybody was coming out like, oh, the PlayStation is so weak and blah, 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 and it's 9.2 teraflops and it boosts up to 10 teraflops. I'm like, dog, you sound...
somebody else just put that in there. That's what they're saying. They got tricked.
Who got tricked? They didn't get tricked. They didn't listen. They listened for buzzwords that fit whatever narrative that they wanted to go with. Like, that's truly what it was. I mean, honestly, if you have any technical sense, if you are in the PC space, none of that shit should have made sense to you, because Mark Cerny said exactly what he needed to say, and he said it clear. So if you didn't understand it, it's because you didn't want to understand it.
Yeah.
But Sick, I have a question for you. I've been arguing P-Rock, you probably saw me. Do you think that this spec reveal deep dive hurt Sony in any way?
No.
I don't understand why people are saying this is hurt. This was a mistake.
You know why it didn't, though? I can tell you why it didn't, though. It didn't, because this shit wasn't for us. When they ramp up the marketing for the actual consumers, it's going to be a totally different story.
Right.
Bro,
it's going to go from, oh, well, Sony could do that, but that's only their first party games that can do that.
Right.
AAA developers, they're not going to take advantage of that. That's what they're hoping at this point. This is how I know that they're not as stupid as they play, because if they were, then they wouldn't be worried about what AAA developers are going to do, because can't the Xbox Series X do exactly what the PlayStation can do, plus more, right?
Well, not only that, but they are concerned what the AAA guys are going to do, because they don't have any. I just want to confirm, this is from another site. This is notebook.com. This is about the SMARTSHIFT technology. They are confirming RDNA 2 GPU. I highlighted that. So that,
yeah, but Does anybody in here believe that they're not gonna have?
Well, it's RDNA 2 Lite according to DEVS.
Who the fuck is Deep? Bruh, stop.
Listen, I don't know why people use him as a reference. I stopped taking that dude serious after he got called out by Ubisoft.
Big Cloud, it's because he's on the second most popular Xbox.
Yeah, but he adds nothing to that. That's mostly dealer and Colts. He just sits there for the sake of sitting there. And keep in mind, this dude continues to hold that L for like, Ubisoft told me, you know, an employee from Ubisoft told me that Assassin's Creed was going to have a fucking
that's right, they did. They found
1080p 60 mode.
A dev tracked them down out of the crowd, pulled them over there, and said, "This is going to be 60 FPS mode."
But I mean, it don't take much for Xbox guys to believe you, though. So I mean, does it surprise any of you? Like, all you have to do is say what these niggas want to hear, and they're all on board. Yeah. I mean, when you start using this nigga, the guy who did reviews of TVs at Best Buy, like, yes, people respected him so much. Huh?
He did what?
He did reviews of TV.
He did reviews at Best Buy. Literally, instead of getting the TV.
Best Buy. You're like, he physically was at Best Buy doing a review, or he went to Best Buy and came back and said, here's stuff.
Craig, you know what? He's a Best Buy salesman, right? TV.
That's right. And I'm like, here are TVs that are on sale at Best Buy. Here's the best ones at this price, this price. Did he do that, or was he physically?
Craig, you do realize that he is a tech expert over there at Best Buy, right? That's what he does. Like,
I didn't know. I just, oh,
I thought you knew that.
God.
You lied. You lied. I'm not gonna knock him for that if it's true, but
what?
I mean,
if he works at Best Buy and sells TVs,
he works at. I don't know where he works. I don't.
That doesn't
make
you a tech guy.
That's what I was heard. I was told numerous times about.
Well, that's terrible. Yeah, that's all I can say. So, all right. So, Big Cloud, is Ice Queen going to be on RGT Friday? Because she wants to be.
If she can make it, for sure.
Okay. So, Jemiah's sick, and so is Ice Queen. So, it's catching on, people. Yeah, I don't know why people keep on saying RDNA 2. Like, I know why, because they want the Xbox to be the only.
They want the shit to look even more superior on paper. That's what it is. I had to sit through like a fucking long ass monologue last Friday, early in the morning, with dudes sitting going, Phil Dominus, Maximus Spencer answered all the questions. They giving you the Tower of Power. I'm just like, dude.
Bro, that's what I don't understand. Like, no matter everything Xbox showed us, we still don't know shit about the games coming out for Xbox. Like, that's at the end of the day, you guys say games is the only thing that matters. Then live by that shit, then, because nobody has shown any games.
Hey, look, Jemiah. When I saw that clip, that Halo, whatever it was, of that dude bringing Master Chief back to life with an extension cord, that was all I needed to see.
Yeah, but Craig, but Lincoln, we saw that shit before the Xbox Series X was even announced that, though.
Yeah.
That was HDMI.
So they're about to come out with their new system with an old game. I don't understand that either. Like, where is your Fable? Where the fuck is Fable at? Like, I want this goddamn game already.
You can't handle Fable.
People put faith in that, and nothing was ever confirmed for Fable.
Bro, Phil said it on stage that they're working on Fable.
Years about these rumors.
Yeah, they quick to say, "Oh, PlayStation needs to believe rumors," but that's all we've been hearing about Fable is rumors. It's never been confirmed.
But didn't Phil come on stage and say they're working on their Fables in the works or whatever? He said this,
that was back in what,
like 20? I think it was 2018. 14? I want to say.
2014.
Was it 2014?
It was like 2014, 15. He said that shit.
Yeah, I thought it was like 2017 at the latest. I mean, 2015. Damn, that seems like far away.
That's a while.
Huh. How come Resident Evil 3 demos running erratic on the world's most powerful console?
Because dev bias.
Oh, okay. All right, what about Doom? Doom runs smoother.
Dev bias.
Call of Duty.
Media bias.
I'm just trying to figure it out. If they got the world's most powerful console, why they're having some issues here? I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm maybe you all got to figure that out. Yeah, somebody wants to know what Perfect Dark is.
Somebody again, I'm not the tech guy here, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It seems to me like whenever they implement checkerboard rendering on the Xbox One X and the resolution is the same as the PlayStation Pro, it pretty much runs about the same. But it seems to me like when they go out of their way to try to give it a resolution bump over the PS4 Pro, that's when it starts to run like crap. So it makes me wonder if Microsoft, pretty much laid down some restrictions that their version of the game has to look better than the PlayStation, even if it comes at the expense of performance.
Well, Lincoln, how much sense would that make? You're making your shit run worse.
We're probably still talking about a company that may not even give a shit about that. Look no further than State of Decay.
Oh, well, that game looked terrible. Hey, but it was in 4K, right? So that's all that counts.
Yeah, so was Minecraft. I think Minecraft is the only game that might have been in 4K that didn't run like shit.
But Minecraft's got that ray trace. Did you see the ray tracing lava on Minecraft, Lincoln?
I wasn't impressed with it because this has been implemented for quite a while. My son showed me the Minecraft Java edition, I think last summer, that had ray tracing on it. He showed me the difference in it. So with that being said, I highly doubt that Minecraft was made specifically for Series X. I'm wondering if they simply used the Java edition.
It wasn't, Lincoln.
Coming off, you could feel the heat of the lava. The ray tracing was so good. That's what they're telling me, that the ray tracing is going to be so much better on the Xbox X. I mean, that's what a lot of people were saying.
Hey, given who's in charge of Xbox, you could have looked at that lava and stuck your hand in it and was like, man, this shit is ketchup.
Here's the thing, though. It wasn't Lincoln, because a while back, Jemiah showed me some Minecraft ray tracing that was on a PC, and it looked way better than that.
Bro, if you look at Minecraft PC ray tracing, that shit is out of this world. Do you have those vents for offices and shit? Do you have a mod where you can make vents and shit and fans and all kind of crazy industrial shit in 4K ray tracing? Amazing. You can't do that shit on console. I hate to say it, you can't.
But that's with NVIDIA ray tracing, though. So
well, I heard DirectX 12 is gonna revolutionize ray tracing. And it's gonna change everything.
Indeed.
And Sony doesn't have that. So
how they got DirectX Ultimate on NVIDIA now.
So they're gonna have a little bit more button. I mean, who's buying? I mean, you're buying one, so are you gonna hit the little bit more button on your Series X so you can do ray tracing? Because I know I'm not. I can't buy one, so I might buy it though if I can't. If they don't have Mass Effect backwards compatible.
Craig, will you stop that?
Well, Craig, it looks like you're gonna buy it, man.
Don't say that. I mean, I can't do it. I mean,
truth is the truth, my boy.
Craig, why would you waste that money on the Xbox when you can just get a better graphics card?
Look, I'm doing a playthrough now, and if the Leviathan disc DLC messes up like it did before, my whole ship disappeared. This I couldn't move on my own ship. It was So I was
Jemiah, I said it several times. If I would have introduced my son to PC before I introduced him to the Xbox One X, I would have saved $500. I'm dead serious. This is not trying to bash their heads wide open. This is facts.
Listen, you can't bash it, Lincoln. They have all their games on a better platform.
Yeah.
All the features on a better platform, a platform with no cost. So I don't know what to tell you. I can play Bleeding Edge on PC without having Xbox Live, but you can't do it on fucking Xbox. How does that work?
See,
but you gotta understand, they got 4K texture. That's the game changer. That's what I was told.
That shit like Jet Set Radio, bro.
That's in what? In Bleeding Edge?
That shit like Jet Set Radio, son. Get out of here.
Assassin's Creed on the X. When you climb to the top of the Giza pyramid, and
I don't know where Craig be trolling, dog. I swear to God, bro.
Native. I mean, that's not as good as it gets. It's only like 1581 on the Pro, but it's 4K native when you go up there and look at the sky. But then when you slide down the pyramid, because it's dynamic resolution, it drops down to 1600p on my X, which is still 100 something more pixels, than the Pro. And
guess what, Craig? What if I told you that the settings are dialed all the way back in that game on console.
What settings?
The graphical settings.
All of them.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's obvious. I've seen that game running at.
So, what does the resolution matter if the settings are dialed back?
Oh, it matters nothing. But the reason why the PlayStation 4 outsold the Xbox One is because they ran the multiplats at 1080p.
Yo, how do you do this with such a straight face, Craig? Like, I'm envisioning you having a straight face right now as you're trolling. As you're trolling, I envision you having a straight face.
That I'm telling the truth. This is what I got told by the community. So,
which community?
The Xbox community. They specifically said that that's the only reason that the Xbox lost is because they played multiplat games worse.
I think they still butthurt from Shoei saying that 1080p makes you a better gamer.
I think that's what it is too.
Yeah, I do too. That's the same. Isn't that the same guy that said go out and buy it? Get it? The PS3 is so good, you need to go get a second job.
Nah,
you know
that was Kazurai.
Oh yeah, whoever said that can kiss my ass still to this day. You know, whoever said that's trash. But y'all don't understand how big that 4K is. You know, you got Bleeding Edge right now. It's probably super trash, but according to Hard 8 Times. But it's 4K, okay, and you can't mess with that 4K.
Bro, if people like Bleeding Edge, then I don't really talk shit about games because if people don't like them, then they just don't like them. You know what I mean? But like, you don't have to pretend to like games. You don't have to be out here saying yelling "boomtastic" and then dropping the game a day later. You know what I mean? Like, if you
that was the funny part, man. Trying to watch people like Jay Barry and his crew act like they're trying to enjoy the game.
Well,
right?
Like you could feel it, man. They wanted to. Like, I think a couple of his boys wanted to smash the Xboxes.
Like, Fatal going so hard for that game. Like, I don't know why. Like, bro, just play the game.
It has Xbox Game Studios on it.
But just enjoy the game, though. You don't have to be on Twitter trying to champion the game.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a super chat. It says Xbox Series X has settings PC doesn't even have. That's from
Facts. Bro, facts, bro.
Yo, when he said I said, "What
Smart
the?"
guy would be right. The PC does not have the frame drop settings. Right?
No, you know what? Here's my thing, and this ain't even capping for PC or none of that. When I heard that dude say that, I was like, "Who are you trying to convince of this?" Like, because nobody with common sense believes this. Well, and if it does indeed have exclusive settings, it's because you withheld those settings, not because those settings cannot be utilized, but because you withheld it. Out the gate, neither of these consoles are reaching the level of performance of the 2080 Ti, or even the 2080 for that, even 2080 for that matter. We're gonna find out real quick because AMD has a history of making hardware that just simply isn't comparable to NVIDIA's hardware. It just is what it is.
Well, but what about the? Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. They don't have to, but yeah, you're right. They don't have to though. So, oh, I got a $5 super chat
from Jemiah Dixon, the PC Master Race.
Until this day.
Until this day, nigga.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like I've always told y'all, like I'm excited about what the PlayStation is offering because it definitely seems like it's trying to go for a more tailored experience, right? So again, everybody's looking at the numbers and things like that. Everybody in here who has a PC, tell me how much of your GPU is being utilized when you run in these games.
I don't know. I know there's a way to check it.
There is. If you have
how to do it.
Well, with NVIDIA, they have this great functionality of having a tool that automatically opens when your computer runs, and it shows you exactly. Yeah, absolutely. It shows you where it's sitting at. It shows you what the temperature is. It gives you the option to overclock it if you so choose to. But it has an overlay tool. So when you actually get into the games, it shows you an overlay of the actual performance of what's going on. Microsoft also has a performance tool, which it's called the Game what is it? The Xbox Game Bar or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where you hit the home button or the PlayStation button in the middle of the controller, and it brings up and it shows you the utilization of each game, right?
Also, the easiest way to do it if you don't have all that is to just hit Control Shift Escape, bring up your task manager, and go to Performance, and it shows you what your memory's at. It shows you the disk space, the Ethernet, the GPU, CPU, all that shit.
No, that's one of the reasons why I simply laughed. But I laughed and then I was disappointed because actual PC gamers never spoke to this at all. They never spoke to this. They let these wild ass console dudes run around and just lie, and just lie. I can tell you right now, Craig, under severe load, the 12 teraflop calculation that Microsoft has, because keep in mind, when they say teraflops, they're only talking about a calculation, right?
Yeah,
So
it's not a metric of calculation. It's not the best metric to measure your performance.
well, it's not. I mean, in the Xbox One X is a great example of that. It's a great example of that. So heat plays a major role in PCs, right?
Yeah.
These consoles are nothing more than mid-range PCs. I'm gonna always and forever call them mid-range PCs simply because when the next iteration of these cards come out, they're gonna get moved lower and lower on the totem pole.
Right.
It's just how it's gonna happen. I don't know why people compare these things to PCs because PCs are modular, right? So PCs, you can change the parts at will. So if you want faster RAM, you can. If you want slower RAM, you can. If you want a faster, more powerful GPU, you can. In consoles, whatever they give you at that time, that's what you're stuck with.
Yo, we're not even talking about taking 220 ATIs and put them in NVLink, or now you really want to talk shit. Like people
or 22080s or 22070s for that
exactly,
matter.
or two RTX Titans
22060s for that matter. Like
okay, but if you go out and get 22060s, will you get better performance? Will it just
yes.
Will it okay? Can it do ray tracing? All right. If the 2060, can it do ray tracing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So do you think we'll see that type of ray tracing from these consoles? You think a little better, a little worse?
Honestly, I don't think it's going to be the type of ray tracing that you're getting with NVIDIA. I really don't. I think it's going to be a scaled down version of it. And I think it's only going to be in certain places. Instead of having the entire world ray traced, I think specific settings are going to be ray traced. So you have the ray trace shadows, right? You have the global illumination, which is meaning that you have that one light source, which pretty much moves like natural light around the entire landscape or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But I don't think you're going to have it in its totality. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good emulation, but it's not going to be like what NVIDIA has done with RTX.
Well, I mean, we're going to find out. I guess whenever these consoles come out, I know they updated the PS-5 website, and it'll be, I guess, holiday. So I think Xbox comes out a month before PS5.
Why would you think that?
I think Xbox comes out mid-November, and PS.
It might as well come out today. It doesn't fucking matter.
I totally hear you, Craig. But when you make that assumption, what is it based off of?
There was a leak where it said that the Xbox would come out at the Game Aver said God of War might be going to PC, and we talked about that. I think that's already kind of been mostly debunked, but whatever, we have to wait and see. Shout out to you for the rumor though. But no, I mean, I don't. And Spartan guy said the Series X has.
Craig sidestepped the hell out of that question.
No, I'm not. I mean, what was the question again? I forgot the question.
Well, the question is, what makes you think that the Xbox Series X is coming out before?
That leak. Yeah, it was a leak. And something that
it was a leak that the Xbox is coming out before the.
Yeah, and something that an Xbox executive had said is that Who's the guy that came out on stage at E3 and pulled up his sleeve and had the Grand Theft Auto tattoo? So that guy years ago said that Microsoft, if you're Microsoft, you don't want to come out the day and day with what Sony's coming out with, because Sony's a global brand.
Okay.
Some more territories and crush you right out of the gate.
Yeah, real quick though, Star Wars is great. For the 20 series, they don't use SLI, they use NVLink. And with the NVLink, there's no master or slave card. They're just both equally used. So you can stop with that shit.
Yeah. And I don't know what will 1,000 more shaders do? I mean, it's going to be what the dark. I mean, I think we're to a point where guys are going to be like, well, our 4K is better than your 4K. And it's all going to be 4K. Jemiah said it the best. All they have to come out and do is say 4K 60 with ray tracing support.
Yeah, people are like, they got to compete with Xbox. Why? All they got to do is hit 4K 60. That's all. They're trying to make games for their fans. They're not trying to make games that compete with Xbox. Like, I don't understand what people's ideas with these console wars is. The console wars between us. You know what I mean? Between the fans. It's not between Sony and Xbox. Sony's trying to put out the best product they can at the cheapest price with the best performance possible. You know what I mean? That's their goal.
All I'm going to say is, to all the naysayers, to all the people who think the brute force is going to be the best way to get this and make this happen, tell me exactly what the additional 1.82 teraflops, tell me exactly what that is going to do for Xbox's games.
Well, according to people on the RDX podcast, the Xbox isn't brute forcing.
What?
That's what they were saying. According to them, they're supposed to be the most knowledgeable people on the Xbox. Is that the Xbox is not brute forcing things.
Okay, these RDX guys, and which one of these companies do they work for?
Oh, that I can't answer. I can't answer, but
you have D-Batch Japan, remember that kind of intense. That kind of
what my understanding is, the Xbox isn't doing that. Is that it's not going to be brute force, even though that's what White Zaddy was alluding to. Zaddy said it was, and then so did is it NX Gamer? He said it was brute. They're all pretty much alluded like, yeah, they could bottleneck at some point. So my question is, with their lower clock speed on their GPU, what could that cause an issue?
It's not that really lower, but like,
I didn't say
it's 1 to 300 megahertz superior as far as the CPU goes, and the GPU again, it's much slower. You know, of course it has more compute units.
Yes.
But then again, I really want to know if you guys truly listen to what Mark Cerny said. Mark Cerny said he didn't want to go for more compute units and just have compute units just sitting there not being utilized, which is why he decided to go with 36 compute units. And that's how they were able to manage to get the clock speed to 2.23 gigahertz. Now, the 2.23 gigahertz, this is the shit that people is referring to when they're like, oh, it's going to be at 9.2 and then it's going to be boosted up to 10.3. At no point in that briefing did Mark Cerny say anything to that. Mark Cerny said, in a worst case scenario, any downclocking would be minor, a matter of maybe a couple of percent. Now, they assumed when he said to reduce power, he's talking about reducing power consumption in the overall system. He didn't say that they're going to reduce the GPU by 10%. Mm-hmm. He said they're going to reduce the frequency, which is what gets you those teraflops, by a couple of percent. Which, if you did the calculations, that's about what, 2.18 gigahertz instead of 2.23.
Well, what is the worst case scenario? They mean like a backwards compatible game?
Hell no. A worst case scenario would be a game that is truly demanding.
Okay.
That would be the worst case scenario.
Okay, so then they would have to slow it down.
Just a bit, because remember,
a huge open world game that requires a lot of resources.
Okay. Exactly. So imagine this. Imagine, and all of that shit went together, and I know it kind of went over people's head, But the whole reason why they went with the variable frequency is because it made it simpler for them to adjust based on each individual game. And not only that, that is what they wanted to focus on, because they wanted to focus on making sure that the system stayed cool and we didn't get another jet engine. Like he specifically said that they made a mistake with the PS4 with the cooling. He came out and said that himself. So he said in order to not have a repeat of that, then they needed something, because what they were doing is they were looking at the temperature of the die instead of looking at, you know, what components were being utilized at that time. And that's the reason why they came up with what they came up with. So again, you can expect it to run at 2.23 gigahertz most of the time. Most of the time.
What are we expecting then? It's just, I mean, the type of speed, is it going to be instantaneous? Like, say I play Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the Pro, and I throw Assassin's Creed Odyssey physical into the PS5. So there's not going to be any loading?
That is a theoretical. That honestly, we can't even speak to that until we see it in action.
What is Lincoln Clay doing?
What do you mean?
I don't see him. What is he doing?
I don't know.
I think he got up out of his chair.
Oh.
And walked away.
What?
Okay, you got him a clay riser. Okay.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's going to be a very interesting console generation, to say the least. The Xbox Series, I'm not interested in it. It doesn't do anything for me.
T-flops, 4K textures.
I'm sorry, my man.
The argument shifting with their games in any way. Dudes went from saying games like Last of Us, Spider-Man are just third person cinematic experiences, yet Playground Games shows you a game looks like The Last of Us. Oh, which was to applaud that.
Yeah, true.
You know? And it makes you wonder just how many, again, like, is this the direction of some of their games that are going to be like, are they going to do this? Are they going to attempt this?
The argument is going to go back to multiplats, though.
It has to at one particular point, but you got to really look at like their bigger, more ambitious type of titles. And I'm really interested in see what the initiative is working on, because I'm telling you right now, if they're working on a God of War clone or like, you know, their own variant of it, well,
but didn't they split the initiative and split them in half so they could work on some AA shit?
True, but the initiative has actual employees from Sony Santa Monica.
Oh, well, there you go.
See what I'm saying with this? Like, they got employees from Sony Santa Monica, Rockstar Games, and hell, even Naughty Dog.
I'm guessing with the budget that they'll be on, they're probably gonna have to work a miracle.
Yeah,
that shit reminds me of like when the Patriots had like they got Randy Moss, you know what I mean? They had all these players, and they were going like what 16 and whatever, and then they lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? You can go get all the stars you want and put them on one squad. Doesn't mean that they're gonna put out a great game. You know what I mean? That shit takes time. It takes years of working together, knowing everybody's strengths and weaknesses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's like when
I'll be there. I'd reflect some else for sure for a lot of individuals. You know, dudes like to call people zealots. That particular dude.
Yeah. The bottom line is, I'm gonna play that shit on PC, and that's what destroys Xbox for me. Is I'm just
I mean, once again, like the PC that I have, I know it's extremely more powerful than the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation. However, I'm not sure about that goddamn SSD in the PlayStation, because there's nothing on the market like it. So it may have games running in a manner that can't be ran in that same way on the PC. That is what I'm looking at right now. As far as Xbox, man, look, kudos to anybody who wants an Xbox. I'm just going to be watching for that Xbox 448 dude that said that all of these PlayStation games are trash and he loves Bleeding Edge and Sea of Thieves and all of those games, right? Because the second they get anything that's a clone of any Sony game, I want to see that narrative switch. I want to see what he's going to say. He's going to be like, well, I like this one because of this little minor reason versus this other game. It's going to be an interesting next generation.
The one to look out for is So Shady. That's the one you gotta look out for.
The thing that hurts the most though is Ori. Is all they cared about was the Metacritic score, and after that shit came out, they just forgot about the game.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's true. They said it runs like ass.
Like, who talks about Ori? Have you seen any screenshots about Ori or niggas talking about it or anything? Nothing.
Apparently, you were a hater if you were showing off performance issues with Ori, but because Salty got hit with that. Salty
I saw that. Man,
he got hit with a lot of haters. But I do find I am interested in SSD as well, but I'm wondering how much are they going to be. These are proprietary, and the ones Sony is rocking are now in the market. So these would have to be strictly from them, unless they get a deal with like Seagate or something to make these.
Well, the thing about the Sony one is they're just waiting for PC to transition over to 4.0, PCI 4.0, and like when that happens, they're gonna just start making.
Let me correct that. Let me correct that because that's an incorrect statement. There's going to be mass amounts of SSDs that can work in the PS5, which actually makes it more appealing than that memory card that Xbox has because it is indeed proprietary. The SSDs, as Mark Cerny stated, they're actually testing samples right now from different manufacturers, which means
true, but they have to reach a certain criteria in terms of
absolutely.
And the thing about majority of the SSDs out here, especially the higher ones, they have heat sinks.
Right.
They stated that some of these would not be compatible. So I'm saying you would think they would have their own proprietary version too.
That is true, but no, they won't have a proprietary version. What it is they're sending the dimensions and everything, which is why they're testing samples now. God damn it, this alarm. Which is why they're testing samples of it now. Because by the time it actually hits the market, they're looking at SSDs to be out within a year that reach 7 gigabytes per second. And the thing is, it's going to be a better market for us because they have to compete for our dollars, which means that whoever has the lowest price that actually has the SSD that can perform, those are going to be the ones that actually, are not wasting their time manufacturing these SSDs. So I think we're in a better space.
Could be a trade-off with that, though. You think about it. Western Digital, Seagate, cheaper options. Obviously, Samsung would be the more like premium, performance one.
All right, how much do you think it's going to cost? That's the bomb.
That is the question.
That's going to be the killer. It's definitely going to be pricey because even SSDs right now are pricey because they're not mechanical drives. They are a higher quality, higher performing drive. But I see that I would have to see the market coming down because what's going to happen is it's going to be less mechanical drives being used and more SSDs being used, especially if what Sony does gets adopted industry wide. They're going to need these in order to have these games running even on PC. It's gonna be a crazy situation, man.
Right now, I'm looking at a MVM of 4.0 that is going for $200 for a terabyte.
Oh hell no!
From Saber Rent, which is like
that makes sense.
We
haven't even and again, you have to take into account the users who want like those bigger storages, right? That's
true.
But the PCIe 4.0 is not really heavily adopted at this point. That's what I'm saying. It's not really. It hasn't saturated the market.
I'm saying in general. For
when it does, though, the prices should go down, I think.
Well, they come out there that much, I will kick.
Let me see the 970 Evo from Samsung.
To be honest with you, when it comes to both of these consoles, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get me a big 8 terabyte, another 8 terabyte external hard drive. I'm gonna put all my games on that 8 terabyte external, and then I'm gonna transfer them as needed. I don't need to be buying no extra 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, because honestly, if you look at these SSDs, the capacity isn't that great regardless.
Yeah, that was always the issue with M2 drives. Yeah. They were just good for boot up speeds and whatnot for your system.
Yeah,
it's 350. That one up on the screen.
350? See, again, that's what I'm saying. It's a weird slippery slope in terms of the market for these M2 drives.
It costs $350. But what about the fact that it's got that Threadripper in it, though, that SMT?
And it makes you wonder how big the game is. Are we going into a realm where all games will be 100 gigs per game?
If we're going to be using all of these high quality textures, I can
didn't-
very
but
well
didn't
see
some-
that happening.
Mark Sony was saying that like with the way the SSD is,
Well,
though,
he did say
they can-
compression. Yeah.
you can compress the games better.
The Kraken compression, something like that. Or
You can put less on. I think it's like 25% less on Blu-rays. He said.
yeah, he did say that. So they're gonna find a way to compress them, but at the same time, man, these games are gonna get mighty big.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Best Buy website on some prices on some of these external SSDs, and I'm looking at a SanDisk 2 terabyte for $329.99, and that is the sale price from $449.
Well,
Are
I'm
you talking about a mechanical drive, or are you talking about an SSD?
kicking somebody in their nut if that
Going
comes.
for mechanical drives, Clay, or SSD?
SSD external.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bro, I got a slow ass terabyte of an external SSD for like $100 from fucking Amazon.
Really?
Just a regular
I
SSD.
got a Western Digital external hard drive. I think it's a 2 terabyte. I think I paid $70 for it.
Yeah, but that's a mechanical drive, man. Like the failure rates on them things is freaking crazy.
I've had it for about a year and a half.
Uncompetitive. Yeah, Uncompetitive said this crazy shit to me earlier. This nigga said that I was generally going to pre-order both. Microsoft's presentation left me happy, reassured. Sony's presentation left me so worried I'm no longer getting one. Yeah, I had to give that. I had to just laugh and just keep scrolling. I forgot all about him until I saw him in the chat. This nigga, because I was saying basically is
Uncompetitive is the same person who said he bought X for.
I see you, Craig.
Like
860.
I see you, Craig. Oh shit.
860.
Yeah, I spent money, big money. I went up to the store and I dropped $80.50.
on what?
Nice. Oh, the SS, the NVM. I think a 960.
They give me 10% off because I had to wait 20 minutes for help. So,
Bro, like Six Sand, you don't have to put. I don't know why you guys have all these games installed at one time. I don't like that shit. So if I beat a game and finish it, I uninstall it.
I got
My
games on my
big to have a bunch on the hard drive, but usually I delete it when I'm done and just.
yeah, you have to have the damn launcher. You have to have the Origin launcher, the Epic launcher, the Steam launcher. That's what's eating up the space.
Yeah, but I had Mass Effect. I had it uninstalled. I installed it. I'm playing it. When I'm done with it, I'll uninstall it again. Like I don't need to have it on my computer.
Yeah. Mass Effect deserves its own SSD. I mean, it's that good of a game. So, it deserves its own.
Hey, Craig, can any of the Mass Effect games, can you play any of them in first-person view?
No, they're third person.
Okay.
They're on the Unreal. They're like a baby Unreal Engine. I don't think it's Unreal, but it does the exact same things as the Unreal.
They could probably mod it and make it playable.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, the way they mod, I mean, the mod I have on that game, shout out to the community for doing that mod. It's amazing looking. For being that high a texture, and I mean, you can see the sweat pores in their skin when they're talking. So it's that good. It's that good. You can see the razor burn on their faces.
Bro, I have never had I have hard drives in my closet right now. I can probably dig out, connect my SATA cable, and that shit still works. Like, really? I don't understand. What's that?
I said, really?
Yeah, I don't
understand. But I don't turn my PC off though.
My hard drive. I have never had a hard drive crash. Like, I've never had one. I had my fucking
You get the 3000 series.
I had a GPU fucking explode on me. I mean, when the capacitors popped on me.
I had that happen on. Oh my god! I think it was like a 760.
Bro, this is when I was a fucking noob back in like the early 2000s. I didn't know about like cleaning out the GPUs, bro. When I fucking pulled that shit out, there was like a fucking pillow full of fucking like dust and shit in there, bro. That shit, like the fan wasn't moving for like, I don't know, hours. I was playing World of Warcraft. That shit just exploded on me. I had to go down to one car, bro. That's the saddest thing in my life.
What's that? Oh, dust cleaner. Yeah, I need some of that.
This is back when I was a rookie. You know what I mean? I didn't know about PC.
Don't get a dust cleaner. Yeah, get one of those. Because what I have is I have a duster that plugs in.
Yeah, Sick put me onto that one.
Yeah, that shit.
Glorious War wants to know where the Mass Effect trilogy remaster is. I don't know. I mean, I don't.
I don't know what the fuck EA is doing at BioWare.
Yeah, if I can't get it, I'm mad. I mean, if I can't, if PlayStation said they're going to and then make them backwards compatible, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 better be in that list.
It's not going to be in that list. It's not going to be in that list.
Is Mass Effect even on PlayStation 4, like the whole trilogy?
No.
Then why would it be on the list?
PlayStation 3?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm mad. I mean, like I said, they're gonna force me to go get the Lockhart. You know,
Bro.
I mean, we'll go get the Lockhart, bro.
How much y'all think Lockhart's gonna cost?
I don't know. My phone's ringing. Keep talking.
Well,
I don't think it's going to be a Lockhart. Why do people keep saying that?
$299.
If it does not launch at the beginning of the generation, it doesn't even make sense to exist.
Exactly.
So unless they prepared to release that very soon, and here's the thing, I love when people compare PlayStation to Xbox. Like, yo, if they have a cheaper Xbox, then I'm gonna get that. Nigga, they don't even have the same games. Like, what are you talking about? That's like even with the backwards compatibility. If Xbox does, I mean, if PlayStation doesn't have backwards compatibility, I'm getting an Xbox. Okay, you do that. They don't have the same games. So you're still not going to have those games that you're claiming that you want to go back and play on the PS3, PS2, PS1. You're just going to settle for whatever Xbox has available. Shout out to you.
Okay, comparing prices again. Because I've seen the Xbox One X. I've seen it 400, 350, even 300.
I've seen it for 200 directly from Microsoft. Please buy this shit.
Shout outs to D, $2 super chat. He says thoughts on legacy backwards compatibility. Like, you can't even play all your 360 games on your Xbox One X right now. That's all I gotta say about that. I mean, I don't get it. Like, none of these systems have been doing it at all. So
They talking about the PS5 because what's the name? One Ghost.
yeah, but I mean, people say like, oh, like the Xbox Series X is gonna play everything down to the OG. I don't think so. I don't believe that, and I don't think so because
It's probably going to have something to do with Game Pass and download it to that hard.
like I'm saying, they can't even play all their 360 games right now. Why would you think all of a sudden magically in 9 months they're gonna be able to play every game ever made on Xbox?
Again,
Wait, who said
they
that?
spin every single thing the job, you know.
That's that legacy backwards compatibility that these talking about.
Wait. Who said that though?
Hip Hop Gear.
Hip Hop Gamer did say that shit. I mean,
He's still
You know
sticking
what?
to it, but the thing is, he hasn't said shit since. He's been quiet, and that's weird. So
I'm leaving that one alone.
I don't know what to say on that. Everybody's
I'm
quiet.
leaving that one alone. That's who said all of the Xbox games is gonna work?
Oh, everybody.
Yeah, these niggas is going crazy with that shit. Soon as he saw that Sony only showed PS4, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna be able to play my OG Xbox games on my series." Like, no, you're not. Nobody. What the?
Wait.
What?
Didn't they just say it's gonna be like 30 OG games and then like
Bro.
500 Xbox 360 games?
Yeah,
And
but you gotta understand they're gonna be able to play Mass Effect 1, 2, 3 with DLC, and the ponies are not, and that's gonna tip the scale.
Craig,
Licensing is the biggest issue with that anyway.
this is your second generation of playing Mass Effect, Craig.
Huh?
It's time to let it go, my brother.
No, I can't do that.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been
Stop
playing
and let it go,
That
dog.
shit is fire, bro. Like,
I just learned how
He's Spart. He's still going with it though. He's saying there's a remastering engine, PS5.
bro, my Xbox Series X
we get
automatically
there. We get
remasters
there.
games.
That's all I gotta say.
The Series X automatically adds HDR and remasters games automatically. So, like, word.
He talking about them like I'm guessing they would do what Microsoft's doing with Xbox One X, have a separate team, fine tune the games to it.
Why?
What are you doing?
Who the fuck wants that shit?
Nigga, I want to see
Listen.
Spider-Man 2.
Yo,
I want to see new shit. I want to see new IP from. I want to see Naughty Dog's new space game. Like, I want to see Cory Barlog's personal game he wanted to make himself.
Oh,
I want to see new shit. I don't want to see fucking. I don't want to see like Siphon Filter at 4K 60 remastered. looking like Lego fucking Adventures and shit. Like, okay, blocky as hell. You know what I mean? But sharp though.
Yeah, that Siphon Filter, I wouldn't mind seeing a remake of that. If they're gonna go back
Make it a new game though. It's rebooted like God of War.
I mean, they should just give it to you on backwards compatibility so you can play it that way, right, Craig?
What now?
Huh?
I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
Backwards compatibility, bro.
You can play that shit in window mode. Like you can play like a little eye screen in the middle of your black screen. You know
what is it? 4x3?
Like sub SD and shit. Like, get out of here.
Yo,
honestly, I don't think people understand what a big deal that game is. I mean, that was like the premiere.
It was a big deal at that time. Now,
it's still a big deal.
Right. It would be a big deal if they remade it.
Yeah.
It won't be a big deal if they give you backwards compat. You're gonna be looking at this bitch like, what the fuck am I playing?
A Naughty Dog space game.
What do you all
How the fuck does that go?
Like, with a $2 holla.
I think
I mean, be getting that Series X after
I
all.
think Naughty Dog space game is going to be the one from the comic books from The Last of Us.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
What they
Starlight,
verified they were going to do a space game. Let me get to this super chat. What are you all's thoughts on the legacy backwards compatibility? Did Hip Hop Gamer guarantee that, or so? I mean, he put his.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I was on the phone.
No, we got you, Craig. We here for you.
You know, here's the crazy thing about it. Like, out of everybody who says crazy shit, I think Hip Hop Gamer is probably the most credible to me because I know he actually works in the industry. He speaks with developers. Like if you were gonna, listen to anybody, it would be him. However, speaking to Sony's product, I won't believe him because that's not something that a developer can tell him. They can't tell him that. Like, that's why I've never believed any of that shit from day one. Second of all, it takes away from your PS Now product that you're trying to sell people on. It's just not going to make a lot of sense. It really wouldn't make a lot of sense. And they have evidence that even if they did put this in the system, that motherfuckers wouldn't use it. Y'all think when they put it in the PS3, they didn't monitor to see how many people were actually utilizing the backwards compatibility in there? That's why they took it out.
Sick. Remember when Xbox came out with that list that showed that BC was like less than like 5%? I think it was.
Yeah.
Like Xbox before Xbox stopped showing niggas stats and shit, they showed you that BC was only like 5%. Nobody was using that shit. That's why they stopped doing it.
Well, they're still right. It is anywhere from 5 to 7%. Now, some man said it's not going to be on PS5. It will not stop you from buying it. That's fine. That's fine. But it's just I may have to pause. It's like going up to a restaurant and like, do I want the chicken parmesan or do I want the porterhouse today? I may have to pause for effect on that because they got to put that game there. It just has to be. Okay, it's very difficult to as a fan of that game to continue not to be able to play it. I mean, I get it though. You want to look forward, you don't want to look back. I totally get that. I respect that. But this game has got to go with them. Okay,
nah, fam.
One of the premier games it has to go with.
Listen, man. If they do it, they do it. If they don't, it wouldn't bother me at all because I don't care one bit. Like I said, all of these people asking for backwards compatibility, they're not going to play it. As soon as they see these controller configurations and see that shit still is trash, it's gonna be lights out for that shit. Like, that's the reason why I don't understand why people keep playing like that.
It's going to lead to another argument. They'll say, well, Xbox has better backwards compatibility games optimized.
But PlayStation has older games. Like, y'all gotta remember that PlayStation is older than Xbox. Yeah. So when they did jump in, they jumped in at a certain time and space. And again, at that time, that's when games were controlled. They were converting over to analog sticks and shit like that. Not PlayStation games. PlayStation games did not use the analog stick like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can add some functionality in there, but honestly, I don't want them to even waste their time doing that. I need them to focus on bringing new experiences, bruh. Like, if anybody really wanted to go back and play these games truthfully, you would go pick up a $20 PS2 and you would play all your PS1 and PS2 games.
Bro, I tried to play Knights of the Old Republic. That shit is unplayable, bro. That shit is so fucking terrible. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, just some of these games on PC, you try to go back and play.
PC.
Unplayable, bro.
I guess it's a great arguing point, but to me, I don't care about the argument. It's like, dude, if they put it there, cool. If they don't put it there, ain't no sweat. Nigga, where's that next big game? You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. With PlayStation 5, I'm not going to even be impressed with sequels, right? So a lot of people keep saying God of War 2, Spider-Man 2, all of this shit, right? But what I'm looking at is what new are you bringing to the table? We gave you 3 years of not really expecting anything from you. So at this point, I expect that your teams have been hard at work and you have a roadmap of games that you're going to release within that launch window.
I can name like 3 things for Spider-Man 2 for sure.
But my thing is though, is sick is I want new IPs, but I just don't know. I don't have anything to like that even like grasp at, like, you know what I mean. So
But that's
I can
the
only
point of
mention
a new
like,
IP.
you know,
A new IP means it's something that is different from what they already offer, right?
Yeah.
But it offers up a new experience.
Like, I would love to see like a new like a new MMO from Sony, like a EverQuest type of game. Like that would be, to me, that would be hot.
You know, they haven't focused on RPGs really heavy in a while. Like they had a lot of great RPGs back in the day that they could actually, you know, reinvigorate those titles. I'm not sure, you know, if the legalities behind it, but there has to be a reason why they're not bringing back another Legend of Dragoon. You know what I mean? There has to be some reason for it.
Listen, that game sounds trash.
What game is this?
And it is trash, but you can call something Legend of Dragoon.
Watch your mouth, Craig.
I mean, it sounds like trash.
Yo, like, where's Grandia at? Like, where's Skies of Arcadia? Like, where are these games that Sega had? Like, why is it Microsoft fucking going to Sega and saying, yo, let us do a co-op like Sony Japan did with Bloodborne. Let's co-op the thing. Huh?
Phantasy Star Online too, bro.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I heard that Phil Spencer is bringing that to PlayStation. Is that true?
Wait, what?
I think I saw that, right? What was that about?
I thought somebody put that up on Twitter. It's on Twitter. It's real. And also, when you think about the rumor,
didn't Phantasy Star Online? It says it came out in 2002.
Phantasy Star Online 2 is already on the PlayStation,
PS4, right?
It's on the PlayStation 4 in Japan,
I
though.
don't know what it is. So
that shit came out in 2012, though, right?
Yeah, it did.
I'm on my second Mike's Hard.
Oh, that's what Phil with the Japan for, to get an 8-year-old game.
Maybe.
Damn, Phil.
Well, he got the Yakuza series. All right, what do you think about the Kojima rumor now being shot down, which also simultaneously shoots down Sony being upset with the sales of Death Stranding?
No. Let me ask you this question, Craig. Who was it shot down by?
The actual Konami, I believe.
Was it?
I believe. Yeah, they shot it down.
Was it though?
Well, my understanding of
Who does it references? Who does it reference?
Now that I don't know. I do not know.
Video on that. Gotta put.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. Y'all better be really.
It's from North American PR representatives from.
Okay. Which one?
It says a North American
right.
PR representative.
Which one? If it's PR, they're public relations. Public relations mean they speak to the public, meaning there's no reason to keep them a mystery. There is no mystery behind it.
I know that was the thing. I said basically with this information here, it kind of brings me back to what happened with Crash Bandicoot.
Shit. Not only that, it should bring you back to what happened with Horizon Zero Dawn, because they thoroughly denied that up until the point that they didn't deny it. Also, with MLB The Show, they thoroughly denied that and said that it would never, ever, come to. Listen, until that day come, y'all gonna realize why Sony has been quiet as a fucking mouse. This shit makes way too much sense not to be true. And then if your source is saying the North American PR, who from the North American PR?
You want the link, Craig?
Well, I'm looking at this. The God of War one has been shot down. You can send it to me if you want to. I mean, it's a
yeah.
I mean, I'm just.
How has it been shot down? That shit says, it doesn't say that shit. Period.
Oh no! I'm just putting this up here now for the people who
don't believe J-Dub.
N4G, and it's actually being picked up by other people.
Yeah, I do 2 videos on this show. So.
Yeah, it's been picked up. So this is today is the 25th, right? Yeah, this is today.
Yeah, it's 25th.
So
the one was updated yesterday.
I don't believe any of these fucking websites. So I'm gonna keep that same energy. Like,
Well, I'm always of the mindset of I'll wait until it comes from the horse's mouth. This is why. But again, I don't comment on rumors. I don't care if the chat does. I don't care if somebody contacts me and says, "Hey, can you talk about it?" I'll do that. But I mean, I've been here sitting here almost 2 hours, and I'm like, all right, now I'm probably getting. I'm like, until Sony physically comes out and says, we are going to put God of War on PC natively, it's just a rumor.
Yeah, after the whole Crash Bandicoot thing, I'm more optimistic this shit.
So. Crash Bandicoot. What is a Bandicoot anyway? Oh, is that thing that was in not God of War, Uncharted 4?
It was in Uncharted, yeah.
It was jumping over that black hole, and if you didn't jump,
the game everybody lost their shit at with I think it was E3 2015 or 16.
Yeah.
One of those.
Isn't that why you want the backwards compatibility though, Craig? So you can play games like that?
I only want to play 3 games with DLC.
Yo, this Mass Effect shit gotta stop, Craig.
They're gonna get the top 100 games.
Bruh.
What do you think some of the top 100 games are?
Call of Duties, Maddens, FIFAs.
Well, yeah, but
like
what boost are you expecting? Okay, what he said they were able to get some type of boost. I mean, he mentioned this. Sick was bringing up Mark Cerny's conference. He mentioned this in the conference. So, what kind of boost are we looking at? Are we looking at
higher frame rates, higher resolution?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. So, what kind of resolution? So, if I'm at 4K checkerboard, so you're saying that's going to get to the
both consoles will master 4K easy.
Okay.
4K is kind of a thing.
Well, that's fine. So this is just kind of what we could maybe look forward to with PS5. So
the thing you're going to be seeing dudes try to probably flip to is that whole 8K shit. The moment Microsoft talks about 8K.
Nah, Microsoft already said they're targeting 4K 60, 4K 120. The 2080 Ti does 8K display. It displays in 8K. There's no way that the fucking Xbox Series X can display in 8K. You can't even lie about that.
Remember, the Xbox Series X cannot perform the 2080. So. You're missing the point, Joe.
I guess, right? The 2080 displays doesn't display in 8K either.
Yo, it's crazy. It can outperform it with less memory, less everything, nigga. Less,
less fucking bandwidth, everything. All right,
that's gonna be interesting.
And then dudes are supposedly tech experts. Oh, it's a closed platform. They get more power out of them. Like, you know what?
Now that's not coming.
That's not. I don't doubt that. But when has Xbox ever showed that in one game?
Red Dead Redemption 2 was playing at lower than low settings on the X and simply hit that 4K buffer, bro.
But what is lower than low settings? I played Control the other. All right, now how do you beat Control, right?
Look what's going on with the demo for Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, that's trash. But
that's crazy,
I mean, I'm having those same issues with my 2080 Ti, man. Like the frame rate is just all over the place because let me stop, bro. Like I can't even troll good, dog. Like that shit don't even play. It don't even make sense, bro.
I have a question.
What's your settings on Max or Ultra?
No. I got it on Ultra, but I ain't having no frame rate issues. I was just bullshitting.
I was say, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna ask you, I'm playing Control now on PC, the best way. Right? I'm at a point because you beat it, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm at a point where this girl sees this bald-headed dude in a gray shirt and this sphere, and the sphere keeps going up, and I keep getting killed by these things coming out of the sky. Like it's like very difficult. But but the DLC comes out, I think tonight at midnight, like that. How much further can you
go? If you're where I think you are,
he's at the end.
Yeah, you're close to the end because I think you're fighting the doctor that you see at the beginning.
I'm fighting a dude that's got, I don't know who it is. It's some dude in a gray shirt and he's bald headed. And he had this shit-eating grin, and then the thing starts going up. I'm like,
you have the Polaris is breaking that Polaris thing in that big container. You got to go to each satellite and destroy the satellites, correct?
Well, yeah, I didn't want to know. I just want to know how far I am because I'm getting the DLC on Friday.
I don't think you're gonna beat it by then, Craig. You're gonna get to another part at the end, bro. When you gotta run all the way to the end of that thing, where you keep getting to these. It's gonna be like a what can I say?
That part is sick. It's fucked.
You know what I'm talking about, right at the end, like when you're running towards the pyramid and shit like that. it's gonna be extremely funny, especially if you think that the part that you're at right now is hard. When you get to that point,
well, I don't know how to upgrade that stupid gun. I got like 5 different guns, and I don't know how to upgrade it. So, and I can't change her outfit. I want to change her outfit.
Shit, Craig.
Craig, you gotta go to a checkpoint. You gotta go to one of those control points to change your outfits and change your weapons and shit and upgrade them.
I can, but it only gives me one block.
You can only change your outfit at the main control point in the office area
In the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning. Hold on, at the very beginning, and
Yes.
like she comes into the building.
No,
Yeah.
when you
get to the first one, it's the first point
cool.
that you can actually access.
I'm going with leather jacket, then. I'm not gonna go backwards. So I'm almost at the end. I'm having fun.
Great. You getting that DLC for Control?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, considering that it bombed, according to some people, they're still making DLC for it.
Let me open up this Epic store real quick.
Hey, how much is the DLC?
Because PC guys don't use Epic.
I love Epic. They give me free stuff. I come home, I have an email. I'm like, hey. So.
Stop it. I bought. You gotta get back to that Zombie Army 4. Sick. What the hell? Oh, don't watch it.
I have to what?
Map uncompetitive.
I said we have to get back into that Zombie Army Dev 4.
Oh yeah, we can hit that shit up after we get off here. Like I ain't really got shit to do.
Nobody wants to play. What's the name of that game? Shit Fire. Oh, the
Shit Fire.
No, Division 2 on PlayStation. I spent good hard money for that game. I spent $3.18 to get that game, and nobody wants.
Wait, you playing the Predator beta?
Oh yeah, it's Friday. Yes, yeah. I got to work
I'm on that.
Friday morning. I will be on that early, and I will be out there destroying people.
Let's be real.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That thing look a lot better than it looked when we first seen that shit. Holy fuck, the Predator hunting grounds.
Oh yeah,
Just added a little more extra shit to this. Like he had to play it at PAX. So
somebody said that's her brother. Well, why he got a bald head and he's got a shit-eating grin on his face? So the other competitor say he would play the Division 2. Now I'm only like level 5 or 6, but I like that. I like going through there.
Yeah, motherfuckers maybe get that game and then it was exactly what I thought it was gonna be.
It was only
the Division 2.
Yeah,
I gotta get back on that too, man, because I already beat the game.
That shit's so repetitive.
I mean, it is, but bro, when you just chilling and ain't really doing shit, like that's a time killer right there.
That shit's only good with fucking playing with other people.
Yeah, no, facts. I agree.
So I like it though because I threw this bomb.
Yo, time out real quick. You guys see that fucking Yakuza charging niggas for New Game Plus? What was that about?
I didn't see
Yakuza is charging niggas for 60 cents for New Game Plus.
Hey, what is that?
Yeah.
You know how you beat a game and you get the New Game Plus mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Yakuza is charging niggas 60 cents for that shit.
Yep, and they say it's slated to go up to $9 million, like $9. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be playing Assassin's Creed uncompetitive, but if you're at home and you want to play the Division 2, we can get our level up a little bit more. So, because it's actually fun to play.
Does uncompetitive have a fucking PS4?
Yeah, we played Gran Turismo on it with him. I ran him off the road because he was driving slow. So
Man,
my car was stronger, and I bumped him twice. I was like, "Get out of the way!" And
so uncompetitive he's gonna abandon his PS4 ecosystem and all the games, and not buy a PS5. He's gonna be like,
I mean, you're in the Series X, so you're not gonna be able to play with it anymore.
Listen, it's funny how everybody who told you, "Oh, let's just have pity for Xbox, let's give them a chance," those them same niggas who like, "Oh, fuck PlayStation, nigga." Like I'm straight Xbox, nigga. Like I'm like, bro, y'all don't cut it the fuck out. But that's how I see it. I mean, it is what it is. Like y'all playing that Bleeding Edge, y'all ain't getting on that. Bleeding Edge, $29.99.
Edge played that shit. Said it's amazing. I laughed at him.
Who did?
Homie Meds.
Meds did that shit?
Yeah, I don't know if you know Meds, Jay.
No, I know Meds.
Yeah, he played. He was streaming it. He said he enjoyed it.
I mean, like I said, if you like it, I think I love it. Like Craig used to say.
I mean, he was playing with BG and Kid Smooth. They all.
If you like it, I love it, bro.
I saw nothing appealing about the game. So
now this guy is saying that the SSD helps with faster system operation, loading and saving several games at once. More FPS ? It doesn't help much. So that's what. Shout out to the Kamula Pie for leaving that. It's from Cammy38. So shout out to you, brother, for leaving that comment. So I mean, I don't know. I just know their games are going to perform extremely well at those clock speeds. So whether you're able to add or subtract things, and that's what we're waiting to see. If they show Horizon Zero Dawn or they show God of War, which is checkerboard 4K, and Mark Cerny says because of the clock speed, or whoever's out there, maybe not Cerny, maybe whoever says, yeah, because of the extra boost we're able to get, now this game can be played at 4K native at 60 frames a second. I'm just guessing, I don't know. Are the locks? Yeah, I mean, you can go up there and get. I'll be happy with that. I may still consider getting one, even though I don't have Mass Effect. So, because if I can see Aloy in 4K native, that will provide me with great pleasure. So,
you see that shit on PC, nigga?
Well, PC, they're getting rid of the B or something like that. So,
listen, on PC they can't get rid of shit. Modders do whatever they want to do.
Well, that's fine, but she's got an outfit on there that she doesn't need modded for. So, and
I don't want to see any crazy mods because to me, like Aloy is like my daughter. Like I don't want to see like any wild shit with Aloy. Like, can we chill?
Got some nice looking outfits on.
Yo, this nigga said Aloy is my daughter,
bro. Like,
damn.
At the beginning she's getting picked on this shit, bro. I was so tight, nigga. Like I was like, but fuck this up.
Yeah, that was terrible to say.
That's like my daughter, nigga. Like. I don't know kind of niggas like you're my daughter, nigga. Like, bro.
Maybe I'll have to wait and see. But we'll have to wait and see how they do it. I mean, if they're able to jailbreak the CPUs and then get higher resolution, I'm not here to. I mean, they did it on the Xbox because that dude, that Revenge of the Nerd guy, he was saying this is Gears playing at ultra settings at lock 60.
I don't believe that shit. Like.
I mean, look, this is not.
I don't know why, but
why Zaddy? Because they did a breakdown of. They said that's exactly what they got.
Here's the thing: how do you prove them wrong?
I mean, when did they add the settings to the Xbox version? Like that's what I'm saying. Like they have to literally go and change the fucking settings in the UI. Like when did they go in there and say, okay? Whoa. Did they unlock something? Was it fucking like?
Jamai,
I don't think that.
I think you thinking too deep on this, bro.
Yeah.
The game, it's literally like with console games, they have access to the settings. They close those settings off for console players, so we can't change them, but they can most.
I get that, but when did they unlock that shit though? Like that this random nigga like was. I even say like one thing is like when did they unlock it? And put it into the console version. Like, was it like a one demo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I'm just saying they were able to do that.
But I don't know. It sounds fishy to me.
I like Gears. I like that thing that goes boom. Just like that.
Because the PC version has things that the Xbox that the console doesn't have. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain settings that you just, like it doesn't have on the fucking console. So. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait and see exactly what they can do. That I will say was disappointed about that GDC, but I understand that it wasn't a demo for the public. It was for game developers, and that's why there's so many developers at this point coming out saying that they're excited for the tech. That's fine. I mean, that's great. I mean, because they're the ones that are going to be working with the tool set, not me. The only thing I need to work is the headset and the dual shock, whatever it's called. So. Somebody says, "Oh yeah, everything on lockdown." Yeah, man, and we're glad we can enjoy it. If you guys want to play some games, and I'm gonna stream some games later on. So anybody wants to throw down, I gotta be controlled. This end part is just killing me. It is killing me. And I went through and solved the puzzles, and I didn't get no help. I just did them. I had to flip this cube around. I mean,
good job.
My nigga Craig evolving right now. PC making my nigga Craig evolve, nigga.
Well, I like it.
That nigga went from Pikachu to Raichu, nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Yeah, well, I do like this game on PC. And especially with my new FreeSync monitor, it's just this nice. It's just real nice. I mean, like I said, the new consoles, I may end up getting this a 4K monitor with the new console because I'm enjoying playing on a monitor that much.
All the 4K monitors are fucking trash.
Well, I mean, again, I'm just saying for me because I'm gonna put my
except you want to pay like fucking $3,000, I think, for the fucking who has one? I think it was like Samsung.
No, don't need a 4K monitor. They aren't that expensive right
They're
now.
all 60 though. You might as well just get a TV.
Oh,
Exactly.
well, I may end up doing that too. So I don't know. Right now, the monitors are in front because of the response times. It just feels natural. It's a much more natural flow.
Look at this PC nigga. Like, you hear this nigga sick? This goddamn
What
PC
happened?
nigga. Craig, this PC nigga talking about the motherfucking response time is supposed to be natural. Like, oh, word.
It's a natural, softer. It's a softer response. It's more intuitive. So that I do. But yeah, you do have to sit down, and my screen is 24 inches, so I love it. So it's perfect.
That's what she said.
Yeah, well, yeah. A competitor said he's on lockdown. Yeah, well, don't feel bad.
I'm all going to work, nigga.
We're all on lockdown, man. Don't feel bad.
It's
like-
Listen, bruh, they delivering my goddamn equipment to my house, nigga. Like this shit, and it's not coming through UPS or FedEx, nigga. My actual job is bringing the equipment to my house. They're like, yo, we're gonna hit you up today. I'm like, fuck y'all, nigga.
Oh, you gonna work from home?
Yeah.
Well,
Them niggas was like, we need you out here in the field sick. We need you. I was like, all right.
I mean, the good news is that if you haven't had any symptoms yet, there's a very good chance you may have some immunity to it. They said people who have O blood don't get it as bad.
If you listen to your president, he told you, hey, we can sacrifice a few old people and a few
I
kids.
saw
Nigga.
that.
Like, I'm like, this nigga's wildin'.
Well, they were talking about that. Even Glenn Beck said that. Hey, look, you all need to go out there and shop, and if you die, it's for the good of the country.
Hold on. And he said that while sitting at his house.
Sitting at his house on quarantine.
Yo, I'm like, yo.
You remember South Park when Chef was going to take those kids to China to play dodgeball? They were like, we're going to get killed. He said, that's the price you pay for immortality. That's the price you're going to be paying. So, yeah, that was terrible. I mean, you're going to sit up there, y'all need to go back to work, and if you die, oh, well, it's better than the country trying.
Yeah, I was just like, this shit is nuts. Shout out to my Republicans out there, dog. Y'all niggas got a psycho.
Yeah.
Y'all got a psycho for a president.
Well, I just think he's scared. I think he's been indicted in New York. I think he's that fourth indicted person that's been indicted secretly.
Let's just keep it real. He's got corona. He refused to get tested.
He may have that too. You know.
Yo, here's the funny part about it. I was watching some shit where he was you know how he gets up there, he called them the Corona task force or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, the chick, the lady who looks like she never did a hard day's work in her life, but she got up there, she was like, yeah, you know, I had a fever. This nigga bounced.
That is
He got the fuck out of there. I was like, hold on. This is why he's telling everybody else we good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
And people
I'm
sneeze.
convinced he's a carrier. He got that shit.
Yeah, people sneeze. They think they have it. I was like, no, it's just you sneeze. You know, it's just
Bro,
kind of dealing with that.
at this point, I think that these media sites are making up these rumors. Like, why the hell is I see like 14 articles now about how God of War is not going to PC?
Well, because it's being picked up by other outlets.
Well, the
Are you
person
that
who
bored?
debunked this was a news site called Dark Side of Gaming. I was about to do a video on this. So Dark Side Gaming debunked this, but now that they point this out, and people are pointing their retractions like, oh, this was not happening. But again, after what Sean Layton said last year, I wouldn't put, I wouldn't put.
But all right, the Predator game is going to PC. Sony funded that.
True, it is on PlayStation now, right?
Yeah,
But
for the
keep in
demo.
mind, so was Horizon.
Yeah, but my point is that the game, the Predator game, Sony could have just published that to PlayStation.
Oh yeah, that Predator game, yeah.
they're publishing it and they're letting it go to PC. So that, I mean, a whole bunch of games that Sony has published, that they've helped put money behind are on PC. That's a reality right now. So, so what Sean Layton said, I'm like, well, that makes sense because they already are doing that. I just think a lot of people did not realize how many games that they physically fund. Like you go to them and say, we want you to back this game, and they do it, but then they publish it to their console, and then they also allow you to take a separate deal and go have it published on PC. So they're not directly publishing it to PC. That's another company doing that. So, but they allow you to do that. So it's just, now there's going to be things on the PlayStation console when you're playing on PC that the PC guys aren't going to get. They're not going to have access to the original Predator, the original skin, at least not at launch. Let me make that clear. That doesn't mean 6 months from now they won't have it. The original weapons that were in the first Predator movie are on PlayStation only. So the ability for you to record and project sound, the ability for you to track things thermally, the way all that is going to be on the PlayStation. Whereas it on PC, they have to wait. Doesn't
let me address Glorious for it. Yeah, he did say a lot in the interview. He also said that don't be not necessarily don't be surprised, right? Don't rule anything out, because like what Jez told me after playing the gameplay that he got to play, he saw like a pyramid or something like that on the map, and he's saying that maybe, just maybe, they'll do something like an Aliens versus Predator add-on or DLC thing maybe in the future. Yeah, and so I can see them doing stuff like that, branching out with it. But it also goes back to what I asked them in the interview. I was like, so is this like the end? Like, is this, or do you guys see more horror games being made from you guys in the future? And then I said, Ghostface, Scream, the movie Scream, or Ghostface, you want to call him? He was like, you don't, he said, you never want to say never, basically. So that's possible.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been talking about this game for months, and people were like, "That's gonna be trash. It's gonna be terrible." I'm like, okay.
It looked. I mean, to be honest with you, and to be fair, when we first saw it, before we got official gameplay that's now cleaned up, it did look trash. What we saw, like when we saw the dude get stabbed in the back, and the Predator pulled the knife out, there was no dismemberment, there was no, it was nothing, no detail.
You're right.
You see it now, it looks like, okay, they went the extra mile. And when Jez told me, when you're playing the Predator and you kill like a soldier, you have to go and confirm the kill by removing the head and shit like that. I'm telling you, like, this might be good.
Well, what I like is I'm interested in the inertia, because the Predator, at least in the movie, was 7 feet tall, about 300 pounds, give or take. This is from the production, from the movie. They said that's how big it was. So he should not be able to have quick movements. They should be much more. He's moving like a tank almost. He can run, but he should not be that agile. Talk about the one from the first movie.
The first one was all about ambushing you, and that's where I think the different Predators come into play. I don't want to get to obviously nerd mode here, but from what I saw with the first Predator from the first one, that was a rookie, like a low ranked amateur, like first time attempt on the field type of Predator. And you got more lore to this with Alien versus Predator, where like when they finally get a confirmed kill or they have a successful mission, they mark themselves and they get like better gear. So obviously, I'm thinking that's exactly what that was with that first one until they started. Now as you go up the ranks,
and I will be playing that Friday morning. I'm downloading it. I don't care if I got
it's on for sure.
And I will be playing it, and I will be fucking people up as that Predator. Take that right now. You're not gonna get me. There are no puzzles. You can't hide from me. I can.
Depending on how I like it personally, I'll probably ask Gio for early review.
Copy.
So cool. If we can get those charges, that'd be cool.
I've got it paid off, but I've got it paid off at GameStop, and I can't go to GameStop.
Oh, damn.
Paid off. I got MLB The Show paid off, and I got my Ellie edition paid off.
Just get through Amazon.
Bro, Rage 2 is $17 on Steam right now.
Rage 2 sounds terrible. What's that about?
I don't know.
Well, the Microsoft
It's one of those Mad Max games. You know what I mean? One of those Mad Max
Microsoft Flight Simulator
Avalanche games.
I've been playing that. That game's fun. I've crashed like 10 planes. So I crashed that glider.
You know, I always wanted to get Metro Exodus, but
that game I heard is really good. It doesn't play well on my PC. So I would have to get that on may have to get an Xbox for that. It's 4K on there.
I wait till that shit go on sale.
All right, guys. I'm gonna jump on off here. I want to play some Assassin's Creed with Cassandra if I can throw a hump.
What? No Mass Effect?
I gotta install this new fucking NVIDIA patch for DSL.
Yeah, that's why I gotta get back on this Neo 2.
DLSS 2.0.
Yeah, I know where I'm headed. I'm about to go jump on Half-Life.
Yeah, how is that? Scale from 1 to 10.
Oh, dude, he was drooling over it yesterday. He was.
You know what? I give it a 9.5, and I just because I'm a person that believes there's really no such thing as a perfect 10. So because of that, I give it a 9.5.
Rapper, Mr. Long, Mr. 9.5 out of Black.
What be your rating for Creed? I know you play Creed a lot.
Oh yeah, it's I don't know. With VR, it's so many different experiences that as soon as you mess around with one game, something else comes out. You know, like you might be playing a racing game today, and you might get hooked on that for a while, and then like a fighter jet game might come out and gets you curious, and then you try that, and there's so many different experiences coming out that it's kind of hard to stay zeroed in on one game. So I'm going to take advantage of these 3 weeks that I'm off and try to finish Half-Life. You know, in fact, I'm going to try to have it finished by this weekend.
All right, enjoy.
For 3 weeks, and I gotta work. Well, I'm essential personnel, so we're drafted. We gotta go.
Oh, big shout out to you, Craig.
Yeah, it sucks, but yeah, Trump's giving out 1,200 stacks apparently. So a lot of people gonna get 1,200 stacks. So I might
1,200 stacks.
That shit's a joke, bro.
Well, I'm just saying this is what they were talking. And if you got kids, you get the 1,200. Or if you're married, you'll get 2,400 plus $500 per seed. So some people may walk out with 5 stacks.
Yeah, but the married couples, are they getting 12? Are they getting 2,400 per person or 2,400?
It's 2,400 because you have a spouse, and then whatever.
You have a spouse.
Well, there's no difference than a single person getting 1,200. Then
most adults are 500 per child.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like if you got 4 kids, you got 4 baby mamas.
Bro, it's a $2 trillion fucking bailout, bro. And they're giving motherfucking these corporations fucking $500 billion.
Oh yeah, I agree. But hey,
come on, bro.
I'm looking at it because I'm selfish. I can
this is
go
a fucking joke.
100 XT if this is true. If the government gives me $1,200, I will be able to stimulate the economy and help my friend Lisa Sue by buying her graphics card.
He said,
Oh,
my
my
friend
God.
Lisa Sue. God damn, Craig.
Man, it's just
Don't worry, Lisa Sue will say she's your friend too.
Yeah, I'm buying something from her. She's gonna send me a thank you, like she did when I updated my AMD graphics card.
Yo, that Half-Life Alex is amazing, though.
I heard it was good. Is that on PS now? Do you think our PS is that on PSVR? You think it'll come to PSVR?
Not the current one. Maybe it's a possibility when a PS5 comes out, but not this one.
His chest poking out right now. Not right now. No,
you did see my Twitter when I tagged you, right? About the added an update for continuous turning, right?
Damn.
I'm sorry, guys. They just delivered my equipment, so I'm kind of hooking that up right now.
Okay.
they sending checks. I think it's checks, right? It's not direct deposit.
Man, fuck these niggas with this suit. Yo, keep that silly ass check, bro. Like,
right?
Fuck. I bet. Like, what, they gonna tax that shit too? Keep that shit, nigga. Like, I don't need none of that shit.
In the scheme of things, it's not going to be that great. I mean, if you don't have money to begin with, then you're gonna enjoy that. But for people who do got money, they're gonna be looking at that shit like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tuck the shit away for a rainy day.
It's a one-time payment. Like, what does that mean?
Big Cloud, your good friend over there is still putting out that God of War is gonna be on which call it. It's been debunked. So
oh God.
I'm just letting you know, hey, look, he needs to.
I saw it. I saw it. He was like, this is good for everybody. I'm like, oh no.
I mean, if you email them and say, look, this has been debunked, you may want to, just to let you know, there are people going to start lighting him up. I just gotten 3 tweets on it. So I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you to help him. Help him be better. So, you got the inside track. You got the stroke around here. So, go ahead and do it. Jay Barry already just lit him up. So, this FYI. But all right.
All right, peace out.
Come on, guys. You're being toxic now.
I know we're being toxic.
Stop being toxic, guys.
Yeah. But all right. So the Lawyers of War said they're sending people in Australia $1,500. And Brett Favor said, man, he just lost his job. That's terrible, man. If that's going on, I am sorry about that. So I certainly hope you can find something else. It's going to be difficult, especially right now. So, yeah, that does suck, man. And a lot of people not going to get called back. I'm just going to put it like that. I'm not saying it's funny. A lot of people are not going to get called back to work. And the unemployment rate could hit, they're talking about 27 to 30%. If that's worse than the Great Depression in 1919. That lasted until we got bombed at Pearl Harbor. What the United States? I wasn't there.
Shit being in history class when I eventually.
Well, I know. I'm just letting people know. I mean, if you do if you do stock, you have to do the research for. They tell you to research 100 years. So I went all the way back to pretty much 1919. But yeah,
it can't be that bad, Greg. It can't.
Well, I certainly hope it's not going to be. So
I'm talking about what's in it. It can't be that bad, could it?
Uncompetitive that controls a lane cover system and broken map. Yeah, I think I addressed this. They fixed the map with a couple of patches. The cover system
it doesn't have a broken map. Niggas have broken brains and don't know how to fucking follow signs on buildings.
The building changes. That's the problem. Is you'll go to a part of the building, and if you go back, something that you just did won't be there. But that's part of the game. That's not a flaw. They did that on purpose because the game is you're able to transverse dimensions. You're like a dimensional traveler. So, which is cool. I'm loving the sci. I love the sci-fi. Everybody knows that. Hey, I'm a sci-fi guy. I love the background and reading the notes on how they're able to reach different things with different objects of power. So it could be a TV, it could be a refrigerator. I mean, what else was one? A projector. This stuff like that. They said Thor's hammer was an object of power, which it is with a spell on it. But technically, they're right. So I'm enjoying that. So, but yeah, Social Join said I'm at the end of the game. So somebody platinum a Plague's Tale. Now he's playing Control. Hey, I heard Plague's Tale is good, and shout out to you for playing Control. So yeah. But if I get 1,200 stacks, I'm going to be able to. Man, I can't go to the club and trick it off. So yeah, I'll get that 5,700 XT.
Well, have them come to your crib. Have them come to the crib.
Who's that?
The tricks.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm happy with.
You don't need $1,200 for that. Just tell them you got a loaf of bread.
I'm happy with the one. He's gonna make me some chicken parmesan today. So
they'll come for that too.
Yeah, they probably will. You're right.
Yeah, for chicken parmesan, they'll come over there and drain your balls.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh Lord.
Y'all are terrible.
Time is at 10. All right, Craig, I'm gonna dip out, man.
All right, man. Well, I'm about to.
All right, Cloud, stay up, bro.
Yeah. Everybody, have a good one, man. Somebody hit me up to play this friggin' game that I bought for. I spent $3.50 on this game. So, but y'all be take care. And this has been the Porch Light Podcast via StreamYard, joined by the grand poobahs of the PlayStation world. So, everybody have, except for Jemiah Dixon, who's PC Master Race. But you guys take it easy. Y'all stay blessed and have a good one. And remember, play the games or the terrorists win. Eat.